Hello, and welcome back to episode 412 of the Lightpole Podcast. I am your host, Darian, along with my co-hosts, Kyler, Joey, and Wylie.
Hello.
Wylie's been out in the sun these past few days. He has, he's got a little bit taller. So, this is our friend Frank. He's going to be subbing in for Wylie this week. Wylie's living it up.
Anyone listening is probably just like, what, did he just get like tan? Like, is he just slightly tanner?
We have a whole new member in that bottom left box.
Say hi, Frank.
What's up, guys? It's a privilege to be here with you guys.
No. When I say hi, Frank, you're supposed to say hi, Frank.
Oh, hi, Frank.
No,
It's ruined.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
All you guys. Frank has brought countless members to the Lightpole Podcast, including members at Best Buy, multiple posts on the Instagram.
For real.
So to extend our thanks, he is an honorary new member of the Lightpole Podcast for episode 412.
There you go. Glad to be here for episode 412.
This won't be released for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe we've been doing it that long.
Until we get to 412.
All right, so we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. So as usual, we will get into movie news. Then we're going to discuss Loki episodes 3 and 4. We all saw Fast and Furious 9, I believe, and have our favorite book to movie adaptations that we want to mention at the end. So we'll get right into it with some movie news. We have a new Transformers movie, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Do we really?
I remember seeing the name. I saw it yesterday, but I forgot the name.
Is it
Yes.
Mark Wahlberg again?
I'm not sure. So it's called no, it's not. It's called Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. And then it's new movie villains, Terror Cons. I don't know who those are. To wreak havoc on Brooklyn in 1994, starring Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback.
Who are they?
Anthony Ramos is the guy from In the Heights. He's the main actor
Oh,
that
yeah.
you see in all the commercials.
Oh,
Have you guys seen In the Heights?
I haven't.
Nope.
All right,
Jazz
whatever.
saw it like 2 days ago. She was hyped about it.
I'm hearing a lot of good things.
Was she disappointed, or did she like?
No,
it?
she gave it a 2 thumbs up.
What's it about?
Really?
I have no idea.
Puerto Ricans.
Oh, I'm all
Just
for
being
it.
Puerto Rican in
Oh.
2021.
Okay.
We need some more representation. That's what I like to see.
That's it.
Have you guys seen the last Transformers movie?
I have. That's the one with the Dinobots.
Is it?
Age of Extinction, is it? No.
No,
That's-
Dark Side of the Moon. No, that's
No, that was the third one.
What?
That was mad old.
Yeah.
No, Age of Extinction
what-
was after that.
Yeah.
There were
That's the one with
5 in the
Dinobots.
original, right?
They came up with a Bumblebee like standalone one.
Yeah, that
I haven't seen that,
that was
one.
due to
John
watch
Cena's in it.
Yeah, that's why it's doing.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it.
I haven't
Exactly.
seen that one.
So Mark Wahlberg was only in one, the one with the
2.
dinosaurs.
No,
2.
he's been in 2. Yep.
Which was the second?
The first one was the one with Stanley Tucci, I think.
The
Maybe
last
that was the
night. The
second
last night is what was the last one?
See, that's
Yeah,
I knew there was
last
5.
The last, night?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I didn't see all of them.
When
then.
Optimus becomes evil for a bit, and then Bumblebee starts speaking.
What?
Yes.
That's a thing that happened
It was probably garbage.
in
I don't remember.
2017. How did I miss this? I didn't even know this was Anthony Hopkins.
Whoops! Spoiler alert. Oh, oops.
Well,
Why?
he's in it.
After, like,
That's not
5
a
years.
spoiler.
Because Bumblebee talks again.
Oh my god.
You know what? Yeah, look at this thing has a 27 out of 100 on Metascore.
On
That's why I didn't watch it.
yeah.
And they're so long. Look at this, 2 hours and 34 minutes. They always make these things so long, and they're just trash.
Yeah.
So if you officially put all the movies together, the running time is 875 minutes.
Oh, all the Transformers movies?
All 6 films. Yes.
That's so insane. Is that including the Bumblebee one?
That's including the Bumblebee movie. Yep.
That's crazy,
That's
dude.
nuts.
I feel like if you don't have a huge cast of heroes or villains or something, then keep your movie in the hour and a half to 2 hour range.
Yes.
Outside of that, you're overstaying your welcome.
I'm that whole the new what's the new one called?
Rise of the Beasts. I think. you
Rise
said.
of the
Rise of the
yeah.
Beast, yeah.
That sounds. I like the premise of it being in '94, because when you get to like the modern day ones, they go a little crazy. Not in reference to the Transformers themselves, but like the human technology. And it's like, okay, that's just. But I'm interested to see how they fight gigantic transforming robots in 1994
Yeah, I
when
kind
cell
of have
phones
hope for
weren't
it.
even a thing. That's pretty cool.
It says Rise of the Beast will bring back fan favorite leader Optimus Prime and introduce characters from Beast Wars, the 1990s Transformers animated series,
Yeah, I was just
into the
about to say.
long-running Earth movie battle between Autobots and evil Decepticons.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
The first Transformers movie with Shia LaBeouf, that was the first time Optimus came to Earth. So how does that work?
Don't
Is
quite.
this- is
Maybe
this
it's not
retconning?
same universe.
Okay. Because that
Yeah.
wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just
Anyway.
hope Hot Shot's in it. Hot Shot was always my favorite from the cartoons.
Dude, I used to watch the cartoons and I remember nothing from them. The movies have completely spoiled my memory of the cartoons.
Oh, dude, the cartoons were so good.
I know, and the toys were amazing too.
Even some of the video games. Not
Remember that one for the
Wii.
For the
I had the original Transformers movie video game on my Nintendo Wii.
2008.
Don't do that. Don't buy don't buy a Wii, first of all. But
Chill.
Hey,
some
when
of
it
the
first
other
came out,
ones
it was
like
fun.
War
Mario
for
Kart?
Cybertron and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called, or Fall of Cybertron. There was a few that were pretty decent. I thought it was fun. It was entertaining. It was something to just kind of vegetate and turn into a transformer, drive around and blow stuff up.
Yeah, I mean that's what the movies are pretty much.
Is Michael Bay directing it?
That's my way up.
That is a good question. I don't think so. I know he's definitely not directing it, but he could be part of the production team, which I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think we're waiting on new information from that.
Anywho.
So, anyway, Jerry Seinfeld is producing and starring in a Pop-Tarts creation movie.
A Pop-Tarts movie?
Wait, what's Pop Tart's creation? What is
A movie about the creation of Pop-Tarts.
really? Okay, that's what I thought, but I figured no, that can't
Yeah,
be what he's
Could've
referring
phrased that
to.
a little bit better. Now, when I heard this, it's one of those things that sounds just utterly ridiculous. But
It
have you
does.
guys?
You said Jerry Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, just
What's
double
going on
checking.
with airplane food? That guy.
Seinfeld, not Springer. All right.
Yeah, thanks.
Jerry. Have you guys seen The Founder on Netflix? It's with Michael
Keaton.
Keaton. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
About the creation of McDonald's.
I haven't watched it. I saw.
So it's always been on my list to watch it, but then something else comes up, something better comes up. So I just been putting it on hold.
Is it like a serious movie, or is
Dude,
it like a?
let me tell you, it is a awesome movie. It's a drama movie about the two brothers who created McDonald's. Yeah, the two brothers who created it. And Michael Keaton plays the guy who ended up stealing the rights of McDonald's to them and exploding it
Ooh.
and becoming one of the wealthiest men ever and never facing any repercussions about it and screwed those guys over. It is such a good movie.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah, go watch The Founder, guys. Everyone, it's on Netflix. If you have Netflix,
I'm going to interject for a moment here.
sure.
If you guys or anyone at home listening or watching this is ever bored, do yourself a favor and look up any training video for any fast food restaurant made between 1990
Goodness.
and 2000, and you will not regret it. I promise you. You would be surprised how many raps exist about flipping burgers, cleaning bathrooms, and taking out the garbage, and it is pure gold. Do yourself a favor, look it up, and have a blast. It's
I'm
amazing.
going to be honest. I don't think I ever will.
Dude, trust me, it's gold.
This
I'll-
is so
I'll put it
crazy.
up right after the episode.
So, did you guys hear about the fact that The Flash had a trailer? Oh man,
True cheesecake.
that church cheesecake
Pretty
is the
good.
bomb. The Flash, they're producing. I'm pretty sure they're done filming and everything. Ezra Miller's Flash had a trailer leaked yesterday. Not only was it leaked, but it got more traction because it was leaked by an employee who was fired and took the trailer and released it to
Yeah.
people after being fired.
I actually sent you the video. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
Oh no, I did.
I was gonna
That's
send it
where I
to
wrote this
Kyler.
down.
No, it was on TikTok. But yeah, he was so upset he leaked a like little clip of it or whatever. Apparently, there's a character there that they're trying to hide from us. So
Do you know who
Now,
it is?
my question
No.
is, sorry for cutting in, but
No.
That's
this
all we
guy,
do on here.
yeah, no, I have seen all your episodes. Trust. That's why at least I had the dignity of saying sorry.
We don't. We don't.
No, I know. So this employee, he was fired and leaked it. Now, can, let's say, the producers and all these people go after this guy for leaking that video?
Sure they
legally?
can, yeah.
Right?
If
I'm-
they have
I'm pretty
evidence of
sure-
him-
Yeah, if you're working on one of those sets, I'm pretty sure you have to sign like a non-disclosure agreement
yeah,
because of how like top secret they want to keep all that stuff. So
Yeah.
if you leak it, even if you're fired, contractually, I believe you're still obligated to follow that. So he could probably get sued to Kingdom Come.
yeah,
Knowing that, why would you still do it though? Like,
I don't
people
know,
are
but
crazy, man.
he,
trailer.
Nothing to lose.
Trailer's not like a legitimate trailer. It's more like them talking about the movie, and they kind of have like a drawing board or like designs of it, and you see the suit a little bit, and it's like New 52, so it's gonna look,
Oof.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
But
I don't like Ezra Miller.
yeah, I mean,
I don't either. I mean, he's quite literally a woman beater
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
still start like if you're gonna cancel someone for some junk, beating a woman is something to cancel
in
someone
public,
for.
in like a grocery store. Was it a grocery store or on a train?
I think it was
I don't know,
outside in like New York or something, wasn't it?
In
I
Brockton.
thought it was a bar.
Was it?
It was in a public area where
Yeah,
there were
just grabbed her,
multiple
like choked her and
people.
dropped her, dude.
That's
The
I'm not
craziest
laughing.
thing.
I'm not laughing at the abuse.
Yeah, you better
Just,
not be.
just how crazy it is that he's able to get away with some crazy stuff like that and
Yeah.
still be able to shoot a
Unless it
multi-million
was
dollar
all
movie.
fake or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Why would you
So-
fake that?
I know. What is the upside to that?
Yeah, there's no gain unless the woman wants like publicity or something. I don't
We're
know.
bringing attention to domestic violence.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller's going to be donating $1 billion, and that's why we made this campaign. So you guys know Michael Keaton's going to be in this movie, right?
Yes.
So rumor has it the in the trailer, and now every website I'm looking at that had the trailer, on it has all the pictures from the trailer taken off, saying it was, this was requested to be taken down by this company,
Oh, yeah.
So you can't find it anywhere now.
If Warner Brothers sends you a cease and desist, you cease and desist.
Yeah, but there's rumor that it was Michael Keaton's Batman standing over a highway path with the Flash next to him, looking down at Supergirl.
Supergirl?
Yes. Supergirl's in it. Yep.
Yep. Let me see.
And I'm
Yeah.
excited because you guys know I'm a big Batman fan.
I have never. I'm a massive Batman fan. I know
And,
a lot about Batman. I've never met someone who's more obsessed with Batman than Frank Casino's here. He is
Yeah.
the number one Batman
Frank
fan.
knows his stuff down to the
He has
down to, like, the
multiple
artists.
batarangs.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I got a battering that Joey gifted me before our wedding.
oh yeah,
Beautiful. And I have that, Joey. You know that. That's my prized possession right there.
I remember that one.
Yeah, so for the Flash movie, what is it? The director already like posted, like in sequence, pictures up close pictures of the suits that they're gonna be wearing. So Michael Keaton's suit is there with a little bit of blood stain on there.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, then you got the Flash's suit, cool like little technological thing, and then you have Supergirl or Superwoman. I don't know which one she's portraying.
I think it's
There's a
Supergirl.
Superwoman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
In addition to a Wonder Woman? Wow. Getting a little repetitive there.
It's also
There's
a Power
also-
Girl.
So is Mr. Terrific.
That's true. It says it'll also feature Ben Affleck's Dark Knight, though the nature of these roles will remain a mystery. So it doesn't mean he'll be in it, but his Batman might somehow make a cameo. I don't know, man. I don't know. This movie, I have hope for the DC movies. It seems like they're moving in a different direction, possibly, but my expectations are beneath the dirt. So we're good.
I still don't hold out any hope.
That's
I'm sorry.
understandable.
I might watch it. I might. But I still
It's your
haven't seen
job.
the
You have
Justice
to
League.
watch it. It's your job at this
Yeah.
point.
I haven't seen Justice League, the Schneider cut.
Yeah, well, we let
Still?
you out on that one.
No.
What?
No.
Dude.
Why?
Because it's a lot better.
Why?
It's-
It was a lot better.
Much
Yeah.
better, dude.
10
Yeah,
We
it's
told
times
you this
better.
when it came out.
yeah, I know. I've gotten it from a bunch of people, but it's still not. I'm too tired of being hurt. DC has hurt me in my soul.
Yes,
too
but
many
you won't be
times.
hurt. You won't be hurt, to be honest.
You'll feel more disappointed when it's over, and you're like, they're not going this route.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I
I don't want to be
The
hurt
Flash-
anymore,
Okay.
Joey.
Michael Keaton. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. One thing that I know is going to hurt all of you guys because I know you want to see this movie as much as I do. Dune got
Right,
delayed
pushed
another
back.
3 weeks,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I thought they were going to say like a
Come
year or
on.
something.
No, it's not bad. So I just want to let you guys know that. Being my most anticipated film of the year by Spider-Man is right there.
So does that push it to 2022 January?
No. It's October 1st. Now it's October 22nd.
Oh, I thought it was December.
No.
Oh,
December
okay.
has too much. Even though Dune could do a good job in December, December's got a lot.
Okay. I don't know why I was thinking of a Christmas release for Dune.
Yeah.
Okay, ignore
And
me.
The Acolyte has started, begins production, in February. And casting has just begun. The Acolyte still has no plot details or anything revealed about it, which is why I'm so excited for it.
That's live action though, right? Or is that animated?
The Acolyte's live action.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the one about the Sith,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that, man.
How
We
much
still
do you know
nothing
about
it.
Star Wars, Frank?
Not a lot.
I don't
to be
think you and I
honest.
have ever. Anytime we talk about
No.
stuff like this, it's always like
I've
DC.
actually learned a lot more on Star Wars watching the podcast. than,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, literally.
Glad to
That's
be
what
of
I like to
assistance.
Huh.
Speaking of that, there's a Star Wars. We all know there's a Star Wars open world game that's in production by Ubisoft.
Oh, yes.
Now, it turns out that the reason Star Wars decided to move on from EA, which
Oh.
has
Can you
Yes.
count the reasons?
no, they are innumerable, especially after Battlefront 2, and the trashness that game is, was because of Ubisoft's. Yes,
It's okay now.
Battlefront 2 trash?
yes, Battlefront 2 is
Battlefront
garbage.
not trash.
Battlefront 2 is
They
literal.
did, the game's become amazing.
What?
Yeah, it was. The game's dead.
No. It started off bad.
The
With
game's dead.
With the updates,
It's
it became
it's
amazing.
gotten
We're not gonna
better.
do this on the podcast.
It's
Please
still-
remove
yeah,
Jace.
you're right.
Security.
It's
Who's the
playable.
special guest here? Me or Jace?
Exactly. Can we get security to remove
No,
this
but it didn't-
petulant man-child?
It didn't stop. It didn't stop. It
Get those
started
shallow
bad.
and
It started
pedantic
bad.
opinions
It
out of my
started
room.
bad. No,
Thank you.
please.
Was because they chose Ubisoft because
the flawless.
because of the Avatar game. Have you guys seen the trailer for the new open world Avatar game?
Avatar blue,
blue people?
people?
Two people? No.
Open world? Really?
What?
Yeah, dude. The trailer made rounds like crazy. It's called Frontiers of Pandora.
Open world?
Open world. It looks amazing. I'll show it to you guys after. I'll put it up here so I
Who will
don't
you
forget.
be? Will you be a human or will you be?
a good
If
question.
I'm not playing as a Navi on Pandora, then they're doing the game wrong.
Let me.
I want a Banshee. Can you imagine flying around in a Banshee?
Drop
That'd be aw-
Makto.
So this is what they dropped.
Oh, yeah.
You find it.
That's nuts.
Wow.
Kind of gives you like Red Dead.
This is
feels with
game
Avatar.
footage?
Yeah.
It kind of
Look at
looked like
this,
the
man.
movie at first.
Oh my god.
Look how insane
yeah.
that is. Look at that.
Holy cow.
So Luke
Wow.
was clearly like, okay, we see what you guys are doing with Avatar, and we need in on this. Like, we need to go crazy with our next game.
Who's developing that?
Ubisoft.
Really?
Yep.
That looks good. I mean, nothing against Ubisoft. They're pretty good, but even for them, that looks pretty impressive.
It's
Usually,
gonna
like
be amazing.
Naughty Dog is the one that has the absolutely insane graphics.
True. That's Uncharted, right?
Yeah. Wow.
All right. $465 million budget for season 1 of Lord of the Rings. They just announced the exact amount. The most expensive season of television in history by a
God, they're
large
making
margin.
the show.
Yeah, so they actually I think they wrapped filming or started filming, one or the other.
That's Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's 465 million that's before another $200 million, which is used for just to get the rights to Lord of the Rings for Amazon Prime. Actually, it's insane, man.
So it's 640,
665 million
65 for the whole shebang for season
Yeah.
1.
just for season 1. I think there's 3 seasons that were approved.
Holy cow.
I mean, I've never seen any of the Lord of the Rings, but I know the fandom is
Yeah.
massive. Like that has to be the craziest thing.
Wow. Yeah, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, that's got to be like Christmas for you.
Let me see.
Are they
here.
getting the like actors and stuff from the movies to reprise the roles? Is it going to be like a prequel kind of thing?
This takes place in a whole different part of the world, if I'm correct. So,
Okay.
who's the author that wrote Lord of the Rings?
J.R.R. Tolkien, isn't it?
Yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien, something like that. Tolkien, yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote a
No,
bunch
that's
of
George
other
R.R.
stuff.
Martin. I'd totally like merge those two. Tolkien writes Lord
No,
of
it
the
is
Rings.
J.R.R. Tolkien.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I just looked it
Oh,
up.
I'm spot on. Holy cow.
So he wrote not only Lord of the, you know how he wrote Lord of the Rings? He was writing a new language, and he
Elvish,
started
right?
coming. Yeah, and he started coming up with all this history for the language, and decided to write a series on that language. And the amount of depth and all this stuff that's in it is,
Yeah.
If you know Lord of the Rings fans, like they'll never let you hear the end of it. It's crazy.
I know a guy at my job who, while his machine is running, will create alphabets in like different languages, like fantasy languages. He has like 5 different alphabets that he has.
What a nerd! I hope he doesn't
It's-
listen to this.
No, he
just kidding.
doesn't. But it's
Okay.
it's actually he
Way to
showed
bring
it to me
attention to the
one day
podcast, man.
out
Yeah.
of nowhere, and I was like, "What? You made languages?" He was like, "Yeah, look." He was like, "Oh, this is because he writes like fan fiction and stuff." So like,
cool.
this is what I use for like when I'm writing this kind of story. This is what I use for this kind of story. This is what I use for this kind of story. I was like, who writes alphabets? Who creates entire alphabets? That's nuts.
Nerds do.
Yeah. There you go. That's the
Um,
difference between a geek and a nerd.
that's a fact. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but Man of Steel on Rotten Tomatoes has a worse score than Fast and Furious 9.
That's insane.
Interesting.
That
Is that?
that is a crime against humanity.
And I probably should have saved that for our Fast 9 review, but I just threw that in movie news because I heard someone talking about it, and I was like, this is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, that's so undeserved. Man of Steel is a good movie. I thoroughly
Frank,
enjoy-
what do you think
that
about
is-
Man of Steel?
I loved it. I
Okay.
loved it. You know, it was good. Sorry. Again, I say sorry and I cut off Kyler and you guys don't say sorry to each other, but whatever.
No, we
Nobody
do not.
cares.
Like, whatever. No, I actually found it really good. Man of Steel. Which, you know, I was kind of hoping for another one to come out. You know, and I know you guys were talking about that
Yeah.
before.
Man.
100%.
You know, so but that what you said there, Darian. I mean, I haven't seen Fast 9 mainly because I don't want to. I gave up on the Fast.
I don't blame you.
franchise, you know.
If it wasn't for the podcast, I don't think I would have. I honestly don't think I would have. But because I know we have to talk about it, it was like
Yeah.
mandatory. But Superman, or I should say Man of Steel, in terms of the Warner Brothers like newer DC projects, by far my favorite. By hands down. It was amazing. So the fact that Fast 9, which we will get into, the absolute atrocities that were committed in that movie. The fact that that has a higher rating is insane to me.
I mean, Fast 9 makes Man of Steel look like Citizen Kane, like The Godfather.
100%.
I don't and I'm not a Man of Steel hater, but I don't love the movie either. It falls right in the middle between
Mhm.
6 and 7, probably a 7 for me, where I have my problems, but the movie's more than enjoyable. We'll get into Fast 9, but I just felt like mentioning that to you guys.
Fair enough.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever has started filming, which means they have their cast, they have their story, they have everything set, and they have started filming. Where do you guys think they're going with this movie?
They could either recast someone as a new king or go with Shooty.
Do you think
Either
they'll
or.
recast the Black Panther this early? As in Chadwick Boseman?
I'm hearing stuff that they might.
I mean, it's not like recasting Rhodey, where it was like a choice. This obviously is out of anyone's control.
Yeah.
Everyone loved Chadwick Boseman, and everyone knows that everyone loved Chadwick Boseman. So the fact that he passed away in the middle of this huge project is an absolute shame, and you can't really get past that. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't be upset if they did recast him.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot of people though who would say, "Oh, that's like disrespectful." It's not. That's what Hollywood is. I mean, if
And
a slot opens up for a character that has all this story, then it's okay to recast them.
Yeah.
It's definitely probable now with Loki.
Yeah.
Just saying.
What do you mean?
It's not just one Black Panther, if you think about it.
Oh, yes. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Now, in my opinion, there's two ways you can do this. You can either recast him, or you can go the Fast and Furious route and just keep mentioning
He's
Brian
around. Yeah.
is somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, but Black Panther, well, Brian was literally 50% of the Fast and Furious duo, so
Yeah.
I could see them doing that with Black Panther. But that's his movie. It wasn't the Brian movie, so
Yeah.
they probably have to either recast or put a new Black Panther in place. But I already know I'm gonna bawl my eyes out in the theater because this movie's gonna be so good.
I think they're gonna go with Shuri. Is that how you pronounce her name? I always
yeah.
forget.
Just go for it.
Shuri, Shuri, whatever.
But
His
if it's
sister.
Shuri,
I think they're gonna go with her. Which I don't know how I feel. I liked her. I liked her in the movie, but I feel like she's a good support character.
Yeah.
I don't
like
know
her
if
brains.
yeah. I don't know how much I would like her as Black Panther.
they should give it to the one that was bald. I forget her name.
M'Baku.
Oh.
Not M'Baku. M'Baku's
It's a-
the guy. He's the Jack dude.
Yeah, he's
that-
the Jack dude. So which one were you
what's
talking
about?
his name
I'm
in the
talking about the
comics?
female.
Name in the comics. It's
Oh,
Gorilla
okay,
something.
okay.
I don't-
Yeah.
Michonne from The Walking Dead.
Is it the same actress?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, she could do it because the way when she was fighting Ulysses Claw and all this stuff, dude, and then in the Infinity War battle and then the end of Black Panther.
They all go nuts.
Oh, I know.
Even in
What's-
Falcon and the Winter
Yeah.
Soldier.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
I could see her doing it.
They were just going toe to toe with everyone. They have sick moves, and I love
'Cause
the
Shuri
the,
seems like-
spears.
Shuri's, I don't know, a little like,
Shuri's like
It's-
Jarvis to Iron Man.
but it seems implausible that someone that size would be wrecking havoc across the planet on like grown adults, whereas the other one, I wish I knew her name, she is insane and has shown it on the battlefield how crazy
Yeah.
she is. So
Well, look at the Black Panther movie when what was it? Michael B. Jordan? What was his name?
Killmonger.
Killmonger. Yeah. Oh yeah. He when he was like going after her and she had those little like gauntlet things and that's all she was using. As soon as those got broken, she was
what are you
like
gonna do?
standing there like
Yeah.
not knowing what to do. And all of a sudden she's gonna be Black Panther. I don't know.
She created
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll
like Iron Man.
yeah, I'm sure they'll work their way around it, but I'm just
Oh, I have total faith that they'll do a good job with it.
yeah.
They're not gonna disappoint.
I think it was in Washington. A fan ran into Tobey Maguire, and he asked him if he would be in the new Spider-Man movie, and Tobey looked at him and said, "I can't talk about that." And then he winked at him and smiled. And walked away.
Bro, I just got goosebumps. You know what? That's like if you ask someone, you know the answer. It's like asking someone if they're vaccinated. If they're like, I can't talk about that, you know they're not. Okay? You know they're not. When he says that, you know he's gonna be in it, dude.
Especially with the wink and smile and just walking away. Just
Oh my! I told you guys, pull it back on all the other episodes. I never lost faith. They are going to be in this movie.
Okay.
Frank, what do you think? Over under 50%? What do you think?
To be completely honest, I believe Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in this movie. 100%.
one way or another, they have to be. One way or another.
I think it might be a two-part. I think it might end up being a two-part movie. Maybe not Spider-Man 3 and 4, but maybe this movie, and then maybe Doctor Strange 2 ties this all together, and they're in there.
I think they're gonna end it Thanos snap Infinity War style, where it's like something crazy
Literally, like,
happens
last
and then it
second,
ends.
Last second,
Yeah.
like you see them, and
I-
boom, that's it.
I can't handle that
I'll
again.
still cry. I'll cry.
That was
I get-
that was so mean.
The pain we felt in that theater.
It felt so empty for a whole year.
Every single person in that theater had their mouth just open because they're like, you can't stop it there.
Now, let me ask you guys something. Have you guys seen the ending of Infinity War in Spanish?
No.
Why?
No, okay. It sounds ridiculous,
Uh-huh.
but look at that scene in Spanish. For some reason, it hit me 10 times harder
Oh no.
hearing it in Spanish than I did in English.
The Infinity War or Endgame?
Infinity War.
Okay.
When Thanos snaps and Peter's about to turn into dust.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. You know why? Because Spanish actors, especially like voice actors, go in
Mad dramatic.
when they're acting. So they're so dramatic, like hyper over the top dramatic.
Señor
So
Stark.
it's gonna hit you with.
No me siento
like-
muy bien.
It's gonna hit you
No
like
quiero
anime.
Me duele el estómago. Ay, pero me duele. Ay, me voy. It's just gone.
Me voy.
Me voy.
Oh.
Me voy. Me fui.
Bro, the silence in that theater was so loud when they were fading away.
All you heard was sniffles and when Peter was.
It was
gone.
like, no. Like, you knew they weren't. That whole year, it was only a year, but it was the longest year ever. And that year, everyone was like, everyone knew they didn't actually die.
Yeah.
But no one knew what or how you get them back. That was the question. And they couldn't have done a better job in Endgame.
We have to do an episode on audience reactions, like best audience reactions.
Just
in
to
theater.
watch some and talk about
Oh
what
my
we
goodness.
went through that day.
To this day, if I see a compilation of audience reactions and Endgame is in there on your left, I get misty. Like I don't cry 100%, but I like my body's like, dude, you need to cry to this is emotional.
And the fact that he's gone hits that scene 10 times harder now when he walks out of that circle. And
yeah.
I have that song on my gym playlist. So when I'm benching or something like that, I'll just put that on. And I know the exact part of the song when he's like on your left and the Avengers theme comes in. And it's just like, oh my God.
Oh, I just got goosebumps. It's so good. It's so good.
So yeah, that was it. Our little tangent off of Black Panther news. Jurassic World trailer came on before Fast and Furious 9. Not a trailer, I'm sorry. It was more of a teaser.
Mm-hmm. First look,
yeah. Wasn't even a teaser. What did you think about it, Kyler and Joey? Because I know you two saw it.
Joey,
Oh,
you
Joey
go
missed it,
first.
actually.
Yeah.
You missed it?
Yeah.
Kyler's light went out.
Yeah. My wife is
You're
messing
done?
with the lights. No, how did you miss it, Joey? We all were there together.
Together.
Nope.
I was there with you.
Oh, you weren't there. What the
oh
heck?
man, where was I?
I see Darian and I automatically think that you were like
Did I
next to-
time jump with Jace?
Okay, so Darian, you and I are the only ones who saw it?
Yeah, I guess so. Yep.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so do you want to go first?
Sure. So it wasn't anything too big. It was about 2 minutes, I'd say, of
That's a lot.
footage.
That's
it
a
was
lot.
it was like 5.
It might have been more. What it was solid.
It was a
yeah,
lot.
You're right. It was,
was
just
long.
2 pure minutes of dinosaurs roaming around this huge area. It was just showing the dinosaurs walking and eating, playing, their mothers grabbing them. And then it goes 65 million years later. And it shows this dinosaur just rampaging through a drive-in
Drive-in.
theater
Oof.
where there's
It was
people.
a,
and
it was a
it's T-Rex.
Tyrannosaurus, right? Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, just flipping cars and all this crazy stuff, bro. And the CGI is actually
like nothing I've
unreal.
ever seen. Yeah. It was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. The coolest part of that trailer at the like Darian said, it opens with dinosaurs like 65 million years ago just roaming the earth. And then it's like normal, just everyday life for each species and stuff like that. And then it cuts to a Tyrannosaurus and some other kind of dinosaur. I don't know. It's a big one, carnivorous, looks kind of like a T-Rex,
Chase
but
probably
meaner.
knows.
Yeah. And they start like fighting. One of them loses. I'm not going to say which one, whatever. But then you see a mosquito come in and start like sucking the blood. And you're like, that's the mosquito that, I always forget his name. It starts with an H.
Hammond.
The
There you
Hammond?
go, Frank.
Hammond.
Hammond, yeah.
Hammond. Yes. The one that he has in his cane in the sack.
Yep.
It was like the coolest little thing. And you're like, oh, and then it hits you with the 65 million years later.
Oh,
But it literally looked like you were just in a zoo, just
It was
looking through a
crazy.
window watching dinosaurs. The CGI, I've never seen CGI like that. It was insane.
So the name of the movie is Jurassic World Dominion. So my thought is maybe they take that title seriously or literally, and by the end of the movie, humans, the good guys here, or the bad guys, depends on the perspective. I can understand both, lose, and dinosaurs start taking over
Planet of the
the
Apes.
world.
In what world
Planet of
would
the
they
Apes
not
style.
lose?
Well, just
You have
because you develop one
bunch of
water
dinosaurs?
dinosaur and a few more on this island doesn't mean they take over the world. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe it does.
I
Dude.
feel like a bunch of dinosaurs all of a sudden popping up. It's not hard.
I mean, I don't see it as like the dinosaurs taking over the world because you first thing first, you know, the army's gonna come in, do something, you know, the way I
Sure.
see it. I mean, you know, National Guard's gonna
I mean, the
evacuate
world
cities. Yeah,
It's
you
gonna be the
know.
world.
Just eradicate them.
So I mean, yeah, I wouldn't see a Jurassic Park or World movie where they would take over the world.
Where they take over the Amazon forest.
Maybe the
Yeah,
forest.
give them
jungles.
a
Give it to
reservation.
Yeah.
With the place
Here,
that's like
take
not
this.
discovered yet that we've spoken about. Just
Yeah.
let them have it.
That would be sick, dude. And then by the end of the movie, you get that Planet of the Apes vibe where it's like they won. Like this is gonna be their territory now. We're gonna have to fight them. That'd be insane.
And they start talking.
And then after that is when they come
No.
into the no. After that is when they're introduced into the Fast and Furious universe, and Dom Toretto rides a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I bet
It's
he
plausible.
punches one in the face. Just jumps off
It's
the
happening.
car and punch him right in the face.
Yeah.
Family.
The Veloci-
The end
the
of that
main-
movie will be The Rock like picking up a minigun and just like mowing down
Picking up a
velociraptors.
dinosaur and
Nah.
just going,
He'll just break the jaw of the dinosaur like King Kong
King
did.
Kong style and rip out its tongue. Oh god.
speaking of
It's
trailers,
sad, but it's true.
Shang-Chi,
Oh, Shang-Chi.
Ooh, yeah.
we got,
Abomination.
yeah,
That
Fighting
is what
Wong.
hyped me up.
fighting Wong.
And possibly Fing Fang Foom.
Yeah, explain to me that.
You
I don't know
think-
what that is, but I heard about it.
I don't know if that's who it is, but it was a massive water dragon, and that's awesome
Yeah.
because we haven't seen dragons or
I
anything
think
like
it
that.
might
in-
just be a water dragon instead of just.
which is fine.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a huge dragon, and it looked
Yeah.
really cool.
It looked really dope.
It was like massive,
But-
massive. Like Shang-Chi was like the size of maybe half of his head, and it was just all curled up in the water. It looked so cool.
But I'm glad
Yeah.
how Abomination looks. He looks
Oh, so good.
right like the comic.
This movie is going to be amazing. It's going to be such a fun and good movie.
Mhm.
Like these trailers are so good. That's this year, right? Shang-Chi is this year.
I think so.
Is it? I don't know.
Pretty
I
sure.
have no
I
idea.
have so much expectations for this movie.
Right?
It
see.
definitely. I
It's gonna be
like
so
that they're.
aesthetically beautiful.
Yeah, I like that they're branching out and doing different things. Like you have Shang-Chi, you have
Yeah.
Eternals.
Oh,
that I
Eternals.
don't-
That's my number 2 movie this year. Yes.
September.
Eternals.
That's when. It comes
Yeah.
out.
September.
Not that I don't like Cap and Iron Man and all them, but I mean we've had that storyline going on for 10 years
Yeah.
now. So it's fun to see these different heroes, especially because like I've mentioned before, I don't know that much about them. So I'm going to be going in pretty much as fresh as anyone else, or not anyone else, but most other people going
Yeah.
to see these movies.
That's why I don't look up anything to do with the comics for these movies because I enjoy the movies. When I see a Star Wars movie, for example, I have a history of knowledge of it, and I tend to look up the comic information that I don't know because I enjoy that just as much as the movies. But with Marvel, I'm all in on the movies, MCU
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the comics.
The
So-
only really cool part about knowing the background comic book, like the source material, is that when they drop like an Easter egg from a comic book, you're able to recognize that and be like, oh my God, that's so cool that they did that thing.
Hmm.
But the movies are still good enough because Marvel knows that most people aren't there who read the comic books. So they make it entertaining enough that the average just avid like moviegoer would be able to enjoy it
Yep.
a massive amount, not just people who love the comic books.
And that's the
You
balance
just
you
get
got to
that
strike.
extra little bit if you read them.
100%. So that's anybody else have any more movie news?
I never do.
Understood. Yeah, my partner in crime today is not here, so we will move on.
But I showed you guys what a 3,000-year-old mummy sounds like before the podcast started,
That was interesting.
which was fun.
As a Sova player, that was amazing.
Shazam movie dropped their new outfits. Okay, now we can continue.
Oh yeah, they look way better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like way
10
better.
times
Those
better.
costumes. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot less puffy and fake.
And
And
fake,
the
yeah.
colors.
Zachary Levi's suit is more fitted to his body now.
Yeah.
Good thing he put on masks, because now it makes sense.
It doesn't look like they just photoshopped his head
Bulky
onto like
and then-
Arnold Schwarzenegger's body.
See if I can find it here.
And Darren's gonna pull it up. As Darren's pulling it up, we're gonna talk about our sponsors today. We have nuts.
They look good.
Yeah, his suit looks way better.
I mean, all of them. Their suits look
All of
fire.
them, yeah.
Anyone listening, go ahead and look up just the new Shazam movie
So
costumes,
what's
and you
her-
have the whole cast.
what's her name? The one in the red. Her character in the movie.
Oh, I have the least idea.
I
don't
forgot
know.
her name. Anyways, her
Is she the same
character-
actress from the first one?
Yeah. So now she's actually playing her transformed self. So she's playing herself in both roles.
Yes, I read that somewhere.
I wish I knew her name, but
Grace Fulton.
there you go.
Yep.
I never.
That's the
heard of her.
character's name?
That's her name. Her character's name is Mary. I'll tell you right now. Well, it just says Mary.
Okay.
I
so-
only saw the first
Whack.
one once,
So yeah, you know how.
so I
Same,
probably have
actually.
to watch it again.
Oh well, then watch it. Okay. Anyways, we'll continue. Darren, take it over.
All right. I feel like now's a good time to
Thank
go
you,
into
thank
the.
you.
If I had my voice box up, the Fast and Furious 9 review. Where do we begin? So
At the
We're
end,
gonna-
so we can get it over with.
yeah, we're gonna go spoiler free for about 5 minutes, and then we'll mention some of the more stupider stuff in detail.
I'll set up a timer.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
and that's
go.
the timestamp will be in the thing. So
It'll probably take us 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Joey, why don't you start? Give me your overall spoiler free review of the movie.
I like the food in the movie theaters. It was good.
How was the seating? How was the seating?
My grunt says it all.
Yeah,
I was just,
it was a slog.
it's like I'd rather get shot in the foot.
Wow. So here's my thing. The movie had a really abysmal plot, just very convoluted all over the place. Nothing made sense. I mean,
Yes.
plot holes, so many that I couldn't even count. And after the movie, Wylie explained multiple to me, where I'd be like, "This made no sense." He's like, "Yeah, but they did this." And I'm like, "Oh, that did make sense." But
Yeah, but even then,
yeah,
it's still ridiculous. Like the premise, the basic premise was stupid. It was just
I
dumb.
was literally confused for like 5 minutes. I was like, okay. All
yeah.
right.
I mean, they get right into the plot of the movie.
And they
and-
switch locations every 5 minutes. I was
Because it's a Fast and Furious
thoroughly
thing to
annoyed.
do. But in the past movies, it's like,
It made sense.
it feels like, okay, it makes sense, right? We have to go to London. We have to go to Japan. This movie, I don't even know the places that they were in. The names were
I
crazy.
can't even tell you.
Yeah.
I can't,
Dude.
Go back to Tokyo Drift. They stayed in
Oh
one
my
place the entire
goodness.
time, and it was
Yes.
amazing.
Or LA, Fast and Furious
Or
1.
LA.
Oh,
Or
Perfectly
Mexico.
fine.
yes.
Even Fast 4 was just Mexico or Brazil.
Yeah.
Like, when they started going crazy is when it went down.
Okay.
Okay. So besides the plot, John Cena's in it. Already lost a point. All right.
100%.
Down a point. He didn't do terrible, but I just don't like John Cena as an actor. Everyone knows this.
I feel like because throughout the movie there's like a running gag with Roman, played by
Tyrese.
Tyrese Gibson, and I'm not going to say what it is because we're still going spoiler free. But if you have to acknowledge the ridiculousness and the absurdity of what's happening in the movie multiple times throughout the movie, you know you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Like they literally had to embrace the meme culture and say, yeah, this movie's pretty stupid, isn't it? And everyone's like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
You know, what they did with this movie is like, okay, I feel like they went the Michael Bay route, which kills me. We need lots of explosions, We need their attention on the screen at all times. We need to make it kind of long so we can get, more money out of these people, all this stuff, or whatever the case is. And we need to work the story around that.
Mhm.
That's how a bad movie is made. You don't
How
make.
do we pack as much pyrotechnics as we can
I'll
into
tell you
this?
right now, if
Oh,
Paul Walker
my
was still
goodness.
alive, it'd be a completely different story.
I think so.
100%.
And
Yeah.
and you know what? It's crazy because you guys know I'm a big car and motorcycle guy.
Mhm.
I've spoken to plenty of people that are the same way, and they've given up. Even I gave up after what was it,
5.
number 5 when they're in Brazil.
Yep.
Yeah.
I gave up after that. Number 3 was my favorite all time.
100%.
Tokyo Drift.
Which
Tokyo Drift.
oh, that's
Tokyo
Tokyo Drift. Okay, yeah.
That's Tokyo Drift. That was my
Yeah.
favorite one because that's my favorite type of racing world. Is
It was
drifting,
awesome.
But no, like even OG car guys that when we went to go see the first one, they all gave up on it because it's not the car scene anymore.
No. No.
Oh,
it's
let me
it's
tell
not
you.
about cars.
It's
They have
action.
nice cars in it, but it's pulling cars through buildings using magnets and pulling bank vaults through streets using these
whoa,
like
whoa, whoa,
ridiculous.
whoa, whoa. I don't stand for Fast Five slander. That's my favorite. Okay.
It's still ridiculous.
That movie was like, okay, that was ridiculous, but it was like, it wasn't so far out of your imagination.
It's pretty far out of the imagination.
A little bit, but the movie was so much fun and it was hilarious and it was a new scene. It was the first time they went somewhere crazy like that. Bright,
Tokyo
loud,
Drift.
happy. Yeah, but Tokyo
It's
Drift,
all neon.
what I'm saying is Tokyo Drift is dark. It's more of a noir vibe. You get the neon stuff, the tuner world, the Yakuza. Fast Five was like, we got Don Omar and Tego and like all this Brazilian culture and dancing. The jokes were hilarious and all this stuff. I love that movie so much.
I'll
But-
take Tokyo Drift over anything any day.
And I
By the
totally
way,
get
we're
it.
at 4 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh, we actually did. Make
Okay.
it. Okay.
So there are so many stupid scenes in this movie that go beyond.
We're going into
Physics.
spoiler territory. By the way.
I was gonna say, are we going into spoiler territory?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay.
We are now going into spoiler
All
territory.
right, so that's 5 minutes and 10 seconds. We can timestamp that.
Perfect. So let me give an example. In the first 15 minutes of the movie, they start an action sequence in another part of the world, which I have no idea where it is. And
I lost it.
Frank, you don't mind if I spoil some of the stuff here,
I
right?
don't care. Go ahead. Yeah.
And there is a scene where Vin Diesel doesn't know how to get across this canyon because the bridge that was there for the car broke. So he sees a pole with a string wrapped around it, drifts into the pole, and knows that the string is going to wrap itself around the wheel axle and carry the car through the canyon to
Use
land
it like
on
a
the other
spider
side.
web.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, there was an
And he hit the nitrous midair to give him a boost.
there was an audible gasp in the movie where it was like, oh no, is this what kind of movie this is going to be? Yeah.
2
30
things.
seconds after that, Tyrese Gibson is surrounded by easily 15 soldiers, all armed to the teeth with like AK-47s, and
literally.
they're shooting down. There's people above
Like,
and around him, and
Sam-
then there's people in front of him, and he gets all of them just going in a circle with like 18 bullet holes in his jacket, but not a scratch on him.
And he's about as close. They're as close as the
Ridiculous.
mic is to me, shooting him, and it's just
Point blank
range.
Trained
It's just
soldiers.
straight down at him.
So the thing that makes me mad is, you're explaining that scene, and that scene they show in the trailers, where he drifts and then he
Yeah,
catches that
yeah.
pole.
Yep.
Okay. One, that wheel with the whole entire axle, you're probably including the transmission on that. I don't know what it was, a Dodge Charger, a Ford Mustang. I don't know what it was.
I think it was a
That's
It's a
challenge
muscle
right out.
car.
challenge.
It's heavy.
That's ripping right out because that's
Yes.
4,000 pounds of steel being held on by a rope. Or it's stupid. And then you say, Kyler, that he hit nitrous halfway and that gave him a boost. That's not how nitrous works.
That's not
it's
physics.
not.
That's not physics.
I mean, in Need for Speed it does, but not in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see stretching the boundaries of realism
Physics.
a little bit, but don't just throw the textbook out the window altogether. That's you're treating your audience like they're idiots. Don't do that.
Dude,
It's
there was
too
a
much.
scene where John Cena was fighting on top of this truck, and he falls off the truck. Like he gets punched, and he falls off the truck. Dom sees him falling off the truck, so he drifts his car into a parked car. The parked car drifts, glides. He hit it perfectly.
It flipped
Drifts
up.
across the
It's
street
on its side.
and catches John Cena as he's falling off.
He bounces off of a car and then lands on Dom's car like nothing. Like nothing. And before that, he was fighting that like 8'9" dude.
Yeah,
He's in every movie.
Yep.
That guy.
And they're driving on the road, so there's like, you know, the road signs, the highway signs that go over. And John Cena like drops not to get decapitated by it, and the guy his back is to the sign, and he just stands there, eats the sign,
he goes through the sign like the sign has a print of the human.
Stands perfectly. It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. It was ridiculous. It's so insane.
And I know, I mean, the past few movies in general have not been about cars or racing, but this one was like the peak of. We've moved from car movies to spy movies now, which make no sense. That's what they're going for.
When did Letty and Mia gain the skill to fight off 18 trained soldiers?
Never.
Like by themselves with kitchen utensils.
When did Dom gain the skill to fight his brother, who is a legit
Thank you.
agent?
Or when he became Solomon from the Bible, able to pull
down,
not only hold back like literally 25
That was ridiculous.
again, massive dudes, but pull down an entire like catwalk, like gurney thing, and just like rip chains from stone and take out. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I had a migraine walking out of that theater. And Joseph, who was on the podcast as well, season 1, episode 2 or 3, 2.
Yeah,
he was sitting behind me while we were watching this, and he literally like. After we left, he was like, I don't know how many times I saw you just like jump forward in your seat and hold your head because you didn't understand what the heck was happening.
Yeah.
It was insane.
So with all that being said, I don't know why, but I somehow came out of the movie and enjoyed myself. I felt like the movie was horrible, but I it's weird. I had a good time. Like I was like, oh, okay, that was a stupid summer movie. It was bad, but you know what?
It's almost fun to pick out like how horrible the movie is in a way.
Yeah.
Can we talk about when Dom? What did he do? I think he threw a grenade outside the truck. It fell down the hill, rolled. I'm talking like the freaking 50-foot whatever it was. It rolled down the hill, landed on the wheels. He drove it, jumped out before the jet hit the thing, exploded. And he did a superhero pose on the ground.
Yeah.
He put his fist on the ground as a superhero, bro.
Like 10 feet behind him, there's an explosion, shrapnel going everywhere in his tank top.
He ran his truck into a jet.
And that doesn't even touch the fact that Ludacris and Tyrese went to space
in a car.
I forgot about that.
In a car.
As a meme.
Scuba suits.
Space.
And it was a Fiero, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Pontiac
Fiero. In a Fiero with a turbine on the back.
And Bow Wow, the characters.
How did they not burn up?
Oh yeah.
Like
Frank, these guys from Tokyo Drift, Bow Wow and the white dude, they're they're rocket engineers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that built the turbine.
Yeah.
I mean, it got me so. And then Tyrese and Ludacris are just floating in space, and they finally get to the International Space Station,
and they're outside,
and they're like, "Let us in."
Their suits are all blown up.
Bro, I was
the only good part about that movie that pulled my heartstrings
was when the credits started, right?
Very ending is when they were all have family dinner, and Brian's wife is there, and there's an empty seat, and he goes, "Is he coming?" He's like, "Yeah." And you see his car pull up with tinted windows.
The blue skyline. I saw that clip somewhere on YouTube where the blue R32 comes up. I was like, okay. And there's this guy, he's explaining that supposedly they're having their dinner, in the same house that blew up in 6 or 7 or something like that.
Something like that.
Being
rebuilt and stuff.
Yeah, rebuilt and stuff. And then I saw the iconic R32. I was like, all right, I think maybe that was. I didn't have to go see the movie. I think that was just the best scene in the whole entire movie.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah,
Without a doubt.
it was.
And if the movie was good, that scene would have hit 10 times more
yeah,
because it was a
without a doubt.
good scene, and I was like, wow, that was awesome. If it was good, that like the
It's
movie
a throwaway movie.
Little Brian.
no, yeah.
You ready to say
You know what
grace?
this was?
Grace. But his
Wait,
eyes,
no,
were,
I'm doing Rocky.
his eyes were just like this though. He's like,
It's Sylvester Stallone.
That was so good.
We're gonna do great. So what are we doing here, Adrian? Hey, Adrian.
Gotta cut me, Mick. You gotta cut me.
Hey, Mick, what's going on here?
oh jeez.
And you know who I'm actually disappointed in out of all of this is the director, Justin Lin.
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
one who directed Tokyo Drift.
Yep.
That
That's
movie was amazing.
Mhm.
To go to this,
Oh, the mighty have fallen.
yeah, literally.
I think he sacrificed his artistic vision, which was there in Tokyo Drift, for the money because the series got canceled after Tokyo Drift. They were like, this isn't making money and the audience score is not good. Little did they know it would become sort of a cult classic with the Fast and Furious fans. That's like generally the favorite movie.
Mhm.
It seems like these billion-dollar movies are what he has to do now if he wants to keep making good money. And he's doing Fast 10, so yeah.
Mr. Nobody.
Let's not talk about Cardi B.
Why is he a character? No, we're not mentioning her on this podcast.
She showed
Who?
up in the movie.
It's not happening.
Who-
No.
who?
Cardi B.
Forget it.
She who shall not be mentioned.
Why was she in here?
He's
Bro, and then they put my boy.
daughters.
Hola,
They put-
chica.
They put Bad Bunny in this movie for maybe 0.3 of a second.
No.
He walks, dude.
Yes.
He walks by. He goes, yeah. And that's it, bro.
Wait, Bad Bunny was in there?
For
I didn't,
you-
I didn't even notice him.
that's when me and Wylie and Joseph were like,
Wait,
you saw him walk by?
it was when Dom got out of jail and he went to go race his brother,
Uh-huh.
and Bad Bunny was like right there for like 2 seconds, right there on the side going, just like that.
I
Just
literally
backward.
didn't even notice him.
Split
Holy
second.
cow. You know, speaking of that, the flashbacks. I enjoyed the flashbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the best part of the movie.
Those
that was the only good
those
part.
weren't bad.
I enjoyed them a lot because that felt more like racing because it showed one Dom's dad and how he was into actual racing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it showed
Like NASCAR racing.
yeah. And then Frank, I'm sure you remember in the original movies, they always talk about Dom beating that dude half to death with a wrench. They
Yeah.
show why and when he did it.
Well, that
And
pinned
then
his
they
father. Yeah.
yeah, and then they show an actual like quarter-mile just race
Like
with the Nas at the
original
end.
Fast and the Furious style
Type racing.
race. It was
Loud
very
music,
good.
people waiting at the end. It was
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. I love that scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my
Uh,
question to you guys is: do you guys recommend watching it?
No.
No,
Okay.
Well, let me
watch
tell
it
you.
when it's a Saturday. You've got nothing else to do.
Nothing
in your
else
life.
to do.
Okay.
I want to.
Don't pay money for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. It'll be on
Don't do
HBO
that.
Max, I believe. So
Yeah.
if you have that,
Mhm.
watch it. This is the 9th movie in a series. At a certain point, you're kind of locked in, and there's going to be a 10th. And in the 10th movie,
Unfortunately.
everyone's going to be back. We're getting
Aliens.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to be dinosaurs.
Fast
we're getting
10,
The
old
Rock.
and senile.
Yeah, it's Joe Biden and Trump in the wheel. We're getting
Bill Cosby released recently.
oh, free my
Yeah,
boy Bill Cosby,
He is free.
dude.
Don't say that.
Well, yeah, no, I was being facetious, guys. He should be in jail. What an interesting case that one is. You see how he got free?
No.
No, I just heard that
He's out?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, so he made a sweetheart deal with the prosecutors in 2015 that they would only sue him in civil court, I believe it is. And I'm not a legal expert. I might get some stuff wrong. But by doing that, he was allowed, he took the stand and said some stuff that was incriminating. They weren't allowed to use that in a legal suit later on, which is what they did in 2019 when the 65 women came out and he got arrested for those crimes. They used the information that he incriminated himself with in 2015 to put him in jail this time. So his
Which
lawyers were like,
they
you can't
weren't
do
able
that.
to do. Yeah.
They're like, that's the Fifth Amendment. You can't self-incrimination. So they were able to get him out which is totally legal. It's unfortunate,
Wow.
but it is a
The
actual
loophole.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand the United States legal system sometimes. It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Innocent
How
until
is
proven
Kevin
guilty.
Spacey? How is Kevin Spacey out and about right now?
Whoa,
Listen,
whoa,
don't
whoa.
talk about him. Don't talk
He's
about him.
hired like
Hey,
hitman.
bear your window. Don't
For
talk about
sure.
him. Wiley will
I
put
know,
him somewhere.
Tyler,
I'm
even
nervous.
I've learned not to talk about him on the podcast.
Oh
right?
my goodness.
Kevin Spacey is okay.
Don't say his name.
My
Say
guy-
his name 3 times. That's it.
We want to see
It's
that.
like Beetlejuice.
Saying Beetlejuice, yeah.
He pops up as Frank Underwood. Like, all right.
Oh,
Let's get
man.
into something more happy that I'm sure we all enjoyed, which
Visually
was the,
appealing.
Yeah, which was the Loki season 1, obviously episodes 3 and 4. We haven't had the
2
podcast
and
last
3.
week, so
No,
3 and 4.
3 and 4. 3 and 4. Sorry, ignore me.
Forgiven. Frank, I'll start with you. What do you think about the show so far overall?
So overall, it's very interesting how they took off from Infinity War. Endgame, right? When
Mhm.
they go back in time and
Yep.
try to do all of this, right? And how Loki takes the Tesseract and just goes from there. It's really interesting how they go to the TVA, and I've been watching it with Jazz, and it's pretty cool. Like how when they're in the TVA. I mean, I'm not. I don't know much about Marvel or comics and stuff like that, but I love watching it.
Yeah, same.
It's interesting how when they get there, Loki finds all these Infinity Stones, and I'm like, oh, look at all these Infinity Stones. But then when you see like
Crazy.
2 of the red ones, 3 of the green ones, I'm like what's going on here? Then you got that secretary saying, oh, the guys use them as paperweights. I'm like, what's going on here? So, but you know what? So far, I have been liking the show. Definitely been liking the show and the direction that it's going. These last 2 episodes were actually really good. Explained a lot of things,
Oh yeah.
Indeed.
So definitely a show to watch for sure.
All right. What about you, Joe?
I love this show. From the very first
You,
episode.
you went mute for a second. I was like, what the heck did
I
you
know.
say?
I just had to take a moment. But I do love the show. Absolutely better than Falcon Winter Soldier. Way better than WandaVision by far. Like when they said
Whoa. Don't do that.
I have to agree with Joey.
I have Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, Loki.
Oh, I didn't rate them. I just said it was better.
You thought WandaVision was better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I was like, hold on. I didn't say any of that.
Oh,
Darian, there's
I
something
do.
wrong
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
No, I do. I definitely do.
Mm-mm.
How?
Nope.
We'll get into this.
This is
I'll tell
for
you right now.
another day.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Go
for
ahead,
another
Joe.
day.
Go ahead.
Let's stay on topic.
I don't
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you
understand that.
I'll explain.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
You can
Continue,
see,
Joey. Sorry.
You quickly see how this will impact the future movies in the
Mhm.
MCU, and I'll just leave it at that.
Well, I think Marvel came right out and said that Loki was going to be the most influential show in terms of how it affects the Marvel movies, at least to date.
Mhm.
This is going to be the one that impacts it the most.
Mhm.
And you can already tell how that's
Yeah.
going to happen because,
Yeah.
Right from the first
What's
episode.
yeah.
Let me give all the props in the world to the set designers for the show because it is
Beautiful. I love it.
unreal how they've taken cinematography to a green screen and made it amazing. I mean, episode 3, when Loki and Sylvie were walking around this crazy, it looked like a desolate planet, but then they get to the
Mhm.
city and you have this whole set of buildings and the skyline is amazing with these meteors coming down,
You just see that
end of the
whole
world.
planet or moon or whatever, and it just
Oh
looks
my
so
goodness,
it looked
dude.
cool. It looked awesome.
Mhm.
Everything looks wallpaper worthy in the show. There are so
That
many
is very true.
shots.
That is very true.
I like that way
Right?
of saying it. That's good.
There's so many shots in this show where I'm like, look at how
Screenshot.
amazing centered right there. Like they know what they're doing. I love that.
Mhm.
And let me
Um,
say, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, best actor there is for him. And
Yeah.
this guy puts his heart and soul into this character. Because we saw in episode 3 where he's singing in the train. I'm like,
Mhm.
this guy can sing, and who knows, as Guardian language, who knows what the heck he's saying, but it
I know.
sounds good, But I can't see nobody else playing Loki except Tom Hiddleston.
I feel like that's what the MCU does so well, not only with casting, but writing the scripts for those characters.
Mhm.
The
it's so
casting
good.
director alone needs an Oscar because I haven't seen a single Marvel movie where I'm like that was a bad call casting that person for that role.
That is true.
Every single one has been spot on.
Yep.
Even the questionable ones, like Robert Downey Jr. At first, everyone was like, "For Iron Man, really?
Flawless.
Who else?
Well,
Who
even-
else can play Iron Man?"
Yeah, even Terrence
Nobody.
Howard in the beginning when he first came out, you were like, okay, it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But then when they switched over to Don Cheadle, you were like, okay, this is better.
Yeah.
Even though
But-
Terrence Howard did a great job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
not like
would've
he
went with-
sucked or anything.
Yeah.
I could
would've
have
loved
kept
it.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
I like Terrence Howard. I like his voice. I like everything about him. He's a good actor. But Don Cheadle's a veteran, so that dude. You ever hear the story about how he got offered the part for War Machine?
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, the Marvel representative called him and said, "Would you like to play War Machine in this movie?" And he's like, "Oh, that'd be awesome. Can I think about it?" They're like, "Sure, you have an hour." It was a 12-year contract that he was signing with Marvel. So he goes, "I'm at my daughter's birthday party right now." They're like, "Okay, take 2." So he had to decide in 2 hours if he was going to play War Machine for 12 years.
12-year contract.
Wow.
When did Iron Man 2 come out?
2010 or 11.
Oh, so we're at the end of that 12-year contract. He's been playing War Machine for 12 years.
Well,
Bro,
have you
Loki's
seen how
been-
young he is compared to like
That's
now? to
insane.
Endgame?
Yeah.
You see how skinny and how much he's aged.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Holy cow.
Yeah, because in Endgame you can see all his white hairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah, so it was
trippy.
2010.
Wow.
Jeez.
Goodness. That's insane.
Yeah, no. That's
Marvel's
wild.
so good.
So,
They're so good.
let me see what else I enjoyed here. Oh, I love when Owen Wilson is another one that is just blowing me out of the water with his acting
With
in this.
Loki,
Like, you
yeah.
know he's a good
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah.
But he still manages to hit every drama line amazing, every comedy line amazing, every like line where he's like messing with you but trying to be honest. There was one line where he said in the end of the last episode, he was like, "So now I just have to trust the word of 2 Lokis." And then Loki goes, "How about the word of a friend?" Bro. Because they're friends now? Oh my
That
goodness.
hit different. That hit different.
It
Yeah.
did.
That hit different.
I was like, let's go. It's crazy.
Their chemistry is surprisingly good. I mean, again, going back, their casting director is phenomenal for every
yeah.
single project they do. I saw Owen Wilson. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody was
Okay,
just like that.
I guess. But then seeing him there with everything, you're like, oh, he's amazing. He's doing a great job.
Because
Of
the
course
thing is
he
that
is.
you see him as a comedian. You got Shanghai Night when he comes out with
yeah,
Jackie
that's right.
Chan in those movies.
Yeah.
Drill Bit Taylor where he's a homeless guy, like, so
Zoolander.
Zoolander,
Oh,
so
wow.
you see him in all these comedies. You're like, I was kind of skeptical at first too. I'm like, I don't know, but so far he's been
I've never
on
seen
point.
Shanghai Nights with Jackie Chan?
Yeah,
Really?
Hmm?
How old are those? I've never seen those.
Pretty old.
Does he do kung fu? Please tell me he does kung fu.
He fights, he doesn't really
Owen
do
Wilson
kung fu,
doing
no.
kung fu is amazing.
Yeah, Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights, the sequel 2000 and 2003. I've never seen either.
Oh wow.
They're
They're good?
Okay.
I recommend them.
I'm adding
And Night
those
at
to
the
my watch list.
Museum.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
I
little
love
cowboy.
that, yeah.
Jeb.
Yo, he's so good.
Jebediah.
I was so sad when they said he's not going to give his trademark okay in this show. Or wow, sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta hit that wow energy.
Wow.
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 I don't know about that. I feel like the last episode
I was thinking
we
the
might
same
get
thing.
one.
Yep.
Like,
Imagine.
he's like walking away. He's like, wow.
When
Yeah.
he gets his
Something
jet
like
ski.
that.
I think
When
a
he
jet
gets his
ski.
jet
Yeah,
ski.
yeah. Wow.
Wow.
I'm going to cry.
As he got hit, he goes,
Wow.
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 Oh man.
So, what about that end credit scene?
Let's go in
Okay,
order.
well,
Let's go from the beginning.
Are we
of episode
talking about
4.
the episode, the last episode now, like episode 4?
Let's talk. Yeah, let's go from the beginning.
Sure, break it down, Joe.
I forgot the beginning though.
Then what you're saying right now, let's bring it back to the beginning. Like he has something
They got-
specific in mind.
I just want to go chronological order. Go ahead.
They were on the planet. I can't remember. the name of it. The purple one that was getting destroyed.
Alderaan, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And it's not that one. That's a Star Wars reference.
Alderaan.
And at the very last moment, right when they're both
I remember yet.
Sylvie and Loki are about to be obliterated, the TVA finds them
About to confess their
and
feelings.
opens up the portal, and they,
Yeah, that was so
They
good,
almost
dude.
had an intimate moment.
Oh yeah, okay.
Before
So
they
how would that work? Is that
No,
what kind of relationship would that be when you're marrying yourself?
it's a Sweet Home Alabama Asgard version. That's what that is. I was getting a little weird, you know, but I was trying to be mature about it. I was like, "This is beautiful."
Is it worse than marrying your cousin? Is it better than marrying your cousin?
But it's you.
Well, it's you.
It's you, but it's an alternate you.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean-
not you, but it's still you.
Does that mean? I don't know.
If I
Is
met
that
a female
allowed?
me, I married her.
It's like finding yourself in another multiverse, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know.
See, I know,
Like it's
knowing
him, but
myself,
it's not him.
I would irritate the absolute hell out of myself. I'm surprised that you guys hang out with me.
Listen,
We say all the
But
time.
it's
but
not
we don't
by
know why
choice,
we're
bro.
friends.
If I were to meet another
You're
me,
You're
I'd
Wylie's
probably
cousin.
want to punch him to.
that's why you're here, buddy. You understand? He turns around. Hello, Crystal.
Oh wait, shoot!
Look at him. Oh, you done messed it up.
Technical difficulties.
My Logitech was still on, so I had to stop turning back on.
It's a cute smile you got there, Kyler.
Shut up. It was for the memorial.
Oh Lord. Oh, the. I don't want to. Let me find her name because I don't want to address her as something.
Sylvie? Sif?
No, the agent that
Leader.
she
the
knew
one in
something
charge.
was wrong.
Oh, C20.
Yeah, is that her name?
Oh,
No,
Oh, not C20. That was in the
B15.
B15.
B15. Yes, thank you. When she was seeing that something was wrong, and then she brought Sylvia in and was like, "You need to show me what is from my past."
Mhm.
And then she started crying. Dude, I was like, "This is amazing. This is about to go down."
Well, I noticed that when she asked Mobius about C20.
Mhm.
And then when she asked about C20, he didn't give her an answer. And then I
Yep.
think there was a part where she says, what did Loki tell you? And then he goes and explains, oh, Loki told me that supposedly the timekeepers are
Very-
lying to us and all that
Yeah.
stuff. That's where you notice the expression on her face, like something's wrong for sure.
Mhm.
Then that's when she goes into Sylvie and finds about her past, I guess,
That was very good. I enjoyed that.
Yep.
Okay. Can I have the opportunity to geek out for a second?
You may.
Sure.
I'm gonna geek out on not even Marvel comics or anything like that. I'm gonna geek out on Norse mythology.
All right, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds.
Okay. Oh, that's not enough. That's not fair.
Well, unfortunately, you only have 27 now. So
Okay, so when they were doing that prison memory loop thing with Sif,
Mhm.
that is an actual Norse mythology story where Loki cuts her hair, and as a joke, Thor then forces him to get it back. He shaves her head completely. He doesn't cut a chunk out. He shaves her bald, and she had the most beautiful hair in Asgard.
Mm.
So then Loki has to go to Brock and Sindri, who are two dwarves, to get them. They worked in a forge to get them to make her replacement hair, but to pump them up, he pits another pair of dwarves against them and gets both of them to make gifts for the Asgardian pantheon. And in doing so, Brock and Sindri create Mjolnir. That's how Thor gets Mjolnir, from that prank, because they had to make a whole
Interesting.
bunch of gifts to see who
Yeah.
could which
make
team
the
of
better one.
dwarves could make the better set of gifts for the Asgardian gods. And that's how he gets
Nice.
Mjolnir. It's a longer story, but apparently I only have 30 seconds. So.
yeah, which you've used 4 times that amount, but that's okay.
Yeah, thanks for
Anyway.
that, Wiley's cousin.
It was
Continue, Darren.
very, very fun. Wow, you know what? This is not my day.
Don't you do it?
I feel bad.
All right, what happened after? Okay, we definitely have to get to the timekeepers. So my reaction when I saw the 3 timekeepers was, okay, it's not
That's
Kang,
Tyler.
he's done that. Theory's out of the window. Another WandaVision like theory where we thought it was Kang the Conqueror, and it's not.
It felt
Then
Well, we didn't think it was King the Conqueror.
no,
We
no, it
didn't
was just a
say
theory.
there
It
was
was
a
just
probability.
Well, that he was one of the timekeepers?
No, that he was actually in charge or one of the timekeepers.
or created the TVA or created the timekeepers or
Oh,
was
okay.
running something in
I
that
don't remember
vicinity.
that. Okay.
Yeah, which it made a lot of sense. They already cast Kang in the MCU. He's gonna be in I don't remember what.
Doctor
Sorry.
Strange, I think it is.
Doctor Strange.
Wiley's not here right now, but I want to give him all the credit in the world because he 1,000,000% on the last episode that we recorded called the fact that all the TVA agents were variants.
Yeah.
And that in the very next episode, they
Oh,
talked
wow.
about that.
You're
And
right.
he's not here to claim credit, but I want to give
With the
Wiley
jet ski,
credit
he
for that.
mentioned the jet
Yeah.
ski. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
So good for him for calling that. That was spot on.
Oh yeah, good
So,
for you, Wiley.
From
Yeah.
Wiley's cousin to Wiley, there you go.
It was one of our first successful theories on the show,
Hmm.
and we've had plenty. So when I saw them beat the timekeepers, I was like, oh man, and it was electric. I was like, dude, it might be Kang.
Yeah, because it's the fact that they got audience with them and they're just sitting there, and I was like, something. It seems too easy. I don't know. Something's not right.
The fact that they showed them in the first like 30 seconds, or not 30 seconds, the first
The
like
eyes.
minute or two,
Mm.
I got goosebumps. I was like, oh my God, they're actually, I was thinking it was going to be like last episode type reveal
Yeah.
thing. But like, no, they're just going right into this. This
That
is
room was
awesome.
creepy.
Yeah,
All
it
I
was. It was
missed.
awesome though. I loved
Dude,
it.
the reason this episode was so good was because every few minutes something else was revealed, and I was like,
Yeah.
we're in the first half of the episode. How
Yeah.
much are they going to give us this episode?
This season is good for 6 episodes.
Yeah, we got 2 more.
Mm.
Wow, that's
Two
it.
more. Wow.
I
But
mean,
So-
it's
you could feel
delivering.
it. Yeah, you could feel it because now they're like pushing and
Yeah.
pushing and pushing and pushing.
Now, your reaction when Mobius was pruned.
Dude, I was like, nope, don't believe it, nope.
Yeah.
I knew he wasn't dead.
He was like,
Yeah.
So I was like,
what
there's
I
no
want?
way.
A jet ski. Wow.
with the MCU, we've said this a billion times. No one's actually dead except
No,
for
sure.
Agent Coulson. That's it. Everyone
He's-
else is-
He's actually alive.
He's not alive.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., he was brought back.
That takes place after Avengers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick Fury and Secret brought him back. To
I've
life.
never seen an episode of it. That's crazy. How did he survive that?
Nick Fury.
They
literally,
brought him back with
operated
Kree blood.
Was that? Is that how they brought him back?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was actually
A
insane.
huge
yeah.
operation and whatnot.
Mhm. He thought that he went to Tahiti.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
they like
right.
just patched him up
He
and
kept
healed
having
him.
that dream. Yep.
But then he realized that they just like implanted that memory in him of him on vacation in Tahiti.
Mhm.
And then he like I think season 3 he finds out, or something like season 2, and he finds out that they put he was transfused with Kree blood.
So no one is actually dead in the MCU.
Well, Black Widow kind of was, but then no. Gamora kind of was, but then no.
Well, Black Widow.
I
is.
guess Thanos.
Technically.
I
is-
think Black Widow's gone.
Iron
she
Man.
gone.
Don't know.
But now with the multiverse,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Anything's
The door is
Anything's
open
possible.
for anyone.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like sad, and I felt bad for Loki, but I was like, he's gonna be back. And then especially when I saw Loki get pruned, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
about to.
And you saw the emotion that Loki had when he got pruned. I was like, wow, this dude. It
Dude.
definitely hurt him. You know.
Mhm.
it went
So-
from sad to angry to I'm getting vengeance for what you just did.
So it transports you to like another like
So
time
Prone
stream?
doesn't kill anybody.
I don't know.
Right now, my
does
guess
that-
is that it puts you in a section with your own variants. From
that would make sense.
from the end credit scene
the
because
end credit killed me.
Because Loki-
I rewound it twice just to laugh.
So I
Me too.
actually looked that up afterwards because I was kind of confused about that. But
Uh-huh.
if you notice the characters, if you pause it for a quick second, even the crocodile or iguana
what-
that the
what-
kid had in
what's
his
Loki?
Yeah, they all had the
multiverse Lokis.
iconic horns, you know.
Kid Loki.
So
crocodile.
from what I picked up, it says that he awakes in front of 3 entire different variants of himself: classic Loki, which is played by Richard Grant; Kid Loki by Jack Vio; and Boastful Loki by Debio O'Payer. whatever her name is.
And they have like an alligator one too,
Yes.
or whatever that. Yeah.
So I thought that this was Thor based on the hammer, but then I saw the crocodile and I was like, or the alligator, whatever, and was like, oh no, these are all just Loki variants, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's the
And the
comic book
classic
one,
Loki.
definitely.
Yeah, on the right.
That classic Loki killed me. I busted out laughing. And it was a dramatic scene, but I literally almost had like snot come out of my nose. I laughed. So it caught me off guard how
Yeah.
hard I laughed.
I was like, this is going down. So Tom Hiddleston said he was most excited for people to see episodes 4 and 5. He was like, this is where
Not
I
even
can't wait.
6?
I've been saying.
no.
I had to be
think-
worried about 6 now.
I think 6 might be a smooth transition into MCU. Okay.
Yeah, I think 6 might have some crazy ending that's going to leave us waiting for Doctor Strange. But overall, 6 is going to be like the climax, the wrap up, that kind of thing, where 5 is going to be like everything goes wrong.
Yeah. I'm so over the moon that I'm getting my favorite sci-fi thing, which is time travel, in my 2 favorite universes, which is MCU and Star Wars. It's like music to my ears. I love it so much.
Yeah.
You have a whole time travel organization. That's so cool.
Now,
Good
what
I
do you
love
think's
it.
gonna happen
King
next?
now.
Oh man,
He's gonna have to make his way back to the main time. What's it called?
TVA.
Something
The
time stream.
TVA, the
Sacred Timeline.
Sacred
Sacred
timeline.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
one.
Because oh my god, I forgot her name now.
Sylvie.
Sylvie. Now she's gonna get information out of Ravonna.
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't prune her, she didn't kill her.
Oh,
She
you're
was gonna
right.
say, now you're gonna tell me everything.
Can the TVA go to those time streams where like the variant?
I'm sure they
The
can. It
prune
looks like
people?
they can go anywhere.
I bet they didn't even know that's what happened.
Unless
She might
they
know.
go to different variants of themselves, a different timeline, but where they meet up with variants of themselves.
Yeah.
So
they
then maybe Mobius
No.
probably ended up, in a timeline where it's only
on a jet ski.
just him,
Yeah, just a bunch of different Mobi.
Yeah, Mobius.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like each
I'm
variant
wondering-
each variant goes to like a place
Yeah,
which it's
where it's
themselves.
just them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder if the TVA even know that they don't kill the people that they prune.
That's exactly what I said like 5 seconds ago.
I
It's like-
didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry.
It's like you guys
I
are like
apologize.
these great ideas coming at you from somewhere,
sorry.
an outside
I'm
source.
sorry. I didn't hear
Everything
you.
is just back here, but it's just Joey
I was
speaking it.
thinking
I'm
about it
everybody's
before I said
subconscious.
it, but I'm sorry. I apologize. Joey
I
gets
did hear you
credit
say
for
that
that
one.
one then.
Yeah, I think next episode, I think everything's gonna go wrong for them, and then at the end of the episode, they're gonna have a breakthrough, and that's gonna lead us into episode 6. But I have no idea.
Who's in charge?
Yeah, I don't even know if we'll get the
Wiley's
person in
saying-
charge next
Wiley's
episode.
saying Kang.
Because
I think it's Kang. Yeah.
It makes sense.
based on the way what's the judge lady, the one who's like in charge of the TVA. What's her name?
Ravonna.
Ravana.
Mhm.
Rovana, yeah.
Okay, so based on the way she was reacting in front of I keep wanting to say Time Lords, but I know they're not Time Lords.
Timekeepers.
The Timekeepers. I'm a mess this episode. Based on the way she was acting in front of them, I don't think she knew that they were like puppets pretty much. So she doesn't even really know then who's in charge of the TVA. So I don't know how many answers Sylvie is planning on getting out of her if she obviously isn't like informed on everything that's going on.
But
But she
wasn't
can
freaking
juice out enough.
She wasn't freaking out when she chopped the head off and it was a robot.
Because she was like knocked out.
Yeah,
So we
knocked
punched
out.
her in the face like 10 times.
Yeah.
And she woke up to zap Loki.
I feel like once she got that higher position, she might have learned some stuff and maybe have accepted it.
maybe.
Like a person's like, there's nothing I could do. I just got to follow this and keep everything in order.
Well, yeah, because she knew that they were variants.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true.
She didn't
was
want
pretty-
Mobius to interview
Yeah.
or interrogate Sylvie. She
She
did
had-
not
she had
want that at
feelings
all.
for
She
him.
kept trying to push him
Protect
away
him.
from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was hiding the information because she like killed C20
T20, yeah.
C20
Yeah.
to hide it. And by the way, those little like things that they have, those are Pit Boys. I'm sorry.
What's that?
From Fallout.
The temp pads. The temp pads.
Oh.
It's so weird. It looked exactly like it. It's so cool. I love it. I love the mix of like old school technology with like mind bending time travel technology. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, no, I'm beyond excited for the show. I love. My goodness, I'm still taking credit for this show, for everything about it, the writing, the cinema. I'm taking credit for it because I told you guys before WandaVision that this was going to be the best show of the year, and that Hawkeye was going to be Dookie, and I'm right about both.
We'll talk about that when Hawkeye comes out.
Oh, I already know. There's nothing you could do, but anyway. All righty. It seems as though I was muted. So, anybody else have any comments about Loki episodes 3 and 4?
Nope. Any more theories? Nope.
I just want him, at least in the last episode, to have his costume, his green costume. At least to show
Really?
up.
Again?
Yes, I don't know. I just
I
love
want
that costume.
Tom Hiddleston to wear the classic costume that we saw at the end of this one.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Remember the trailer?
Well, that's like Vision and Wanda wearing their Halloween costumes.
That's true. Yeah.
Even if it's for a second, like he's like phasing in and out with his like.
They did a good job with that, though. I don't know if you could do that with
Stuff.
Loki.
He hasn't worn
It was
that,
so
that
good.
outfit yet, right? Where his horns and he's wearing the green suit, like the presidential
Yeah,
sticker.
the first Thor. He had the.
Or do
the
you mean
big-
in? Yeah.
Avengers?
No. I meant in the show.
Well, yes, in the
Because
very first
remember-
episode when he takes the Tesseract, the only thing is that he doesn't have the horns. He has
No, but
the
I
green
mean,
suit.
remember he's like in the post-apocalyptic world and he has a legit like suit, not like his green suit, but a legit suit. with tie and everything.
running for mayor or
Running
something
for
like
mayor.
that.
What if
Yeah.
he- what if
No,
he
that
become-
hasn't happened yet.
What if he becomes in charge of all the Lokis? He becomes the leader of the
Oh my
Lokis.
god, it's like the Citadel of Ricks.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Rick.
Loki's attack! And they all.
Oh my god, that'd be insanity.
I love Sylvie's
Holy
British
cow.
accent too. If there's one British accent that's like amazing, it's hers. I love the way she says Loki.
A
like
Loki.
rounded.
What makes a Loki?
A Loki, a Loki. So nice. I'll believe anything you say when you speak like that. You're qualified
You
for
speak
everything.
British.
Don't even
You're
chat me.
always right.
But there's different British. You know, if it's like Russell
Yeah.
Brand British,
Cockney accents aren't it.
no, not.
It's not. Yeah.
No. So
No offense to any Cockney that are listening.
I don't even know what that is. So offend
Me neither.
away
It's like
or don't.
offend away.
Disregard that message.
Don't.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by The Rising Storm.
nuts.com.
Ooh, Kevin Scott. Yeah, how's it going?
Book 2 in
Oh, is
the
it good?
High Republic series. It is the sequel to Light of the Jedi, which I read about 6 months ago on this podcast. As you all remember, it was the white
So did I.
cover. It was amazing.
How's it going?
That's a pretty
Good,
sick cover,
I'm-
by the way.
Oh, it's so much. It's so nice, dude. They look so real. And look at the purple saber right there.
I love the
Yeah.
lightsaber hilt on the. It's
Yeah.
like it has like the cross guard, but not like Kylo Ren style. It's nice.
It looks like an actual sword.
Yeah.
I'm about a quarter of the way in, and it is.
Jeez,
Amazing.
already. You bought the book
Yeah,
like
it-
yesterday. You stop it, you freak.
I'm reading like 3 other books right now that I'm like bouncing all between them and whatnot. Usually I'll do one at a time, but it depends on
Aaron can
what's
read a
like.
book in like a couple days. Read a whole book in a couple days. That's the point that he's gone.
Yeah, it also depends on what kind of book I'm reading. If it's a book like this where I have to zap through it, but there's a John Green book that came out recently, and it's like every chapter is it's like a anthropology essentially. Every chapter is something completely different. all over the
Anthology.
place. I'm sorry, anthropology is the study of what,
Humanity.
dinosaurs. Whatever. That's that store in the mall. All right. Moving on. We're moving on to our main topic now.
I
which
just
is-
realized we haven't even gone to our main topic.
Oh,
I completely
God.
forgot.
Main topic is our favorite book to movie adaptations. So we're going to be discussing basically of all time what our favorite book to movie adaptations are. We're going to break down our
Are we
favorite
gonna
book to
do
movie adaptations.
Which books we want to be movies?
I don't see why not. After we just go through one each and then we'll discuss that. I'll tell you which one mine is. So Joey, what was your favorite book to movie adaptation so far? I'm starting with you.
So I haven't read enough books to actually say. So I chose Ready Player One, which the book
Okay.
the
Sorry.
book was really good. Go ahead.
Also mine, but it was reserved by Joey. But I want to let the record show that was also my choice. because it was
Your name
amazing.
changed. Okay.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
like
yeah.
20 minutes ago.
Spot
Sorry.
it.
But anyways, reason being, the book is like really, really good. The first one, and the movie. What I like that, really good.
Only the
Really good.
first one.
Yeah. But the movie, what I like about the movie is they kind of stayed with the book, but they changed a few things so that way the movie was way better than the book.
Mhm.
Because, for example, grabbing the first key in the book, it's completely different from the movie. They go through like this whole pyramid and fighting the boss and whatnot, and it's just something that if you watched the movie, you'd fall asleep. But with what they did with the movie, it's just fun from beginning to end.
Mhm.
Yeah, with Ready Player One, reading the book, we all read it before the movie came out, and I remember wondering how in the world do you make a movie from this book
Yeah.
that takes place in the future, that is all about living in a video game world that is more open world than the actual world.
That kids
And
actually
it's
go to
craziest.
school.
99.9% pop culture references.
In the book, the
Yeah.
kids actually go to
Yeah.
school in the Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah, and the book is like I mean, it was made for people born in the 80s, or 70s, with all these 80s references and
Mhm.
these 90s video games and stuff. Yet it was so accessible to this younger generation like us that it was nonstop awesome from beginning. It's one of my favorite books. I love Ready Player One. And the movie was amazing too.
I've never seen a book and a movie adaptation that are so different, but
Yeah.
so equally enjoyable.
Yeah.
And that I think that's only because it was Spielberg.
I think so.
And I think anyone else trying to tackle that, it would have been a mess. But since Spielberg is amazing, he was able to change what he had to change. Like Joey mentioned, the entire first key was 100% completely different. They changed it into pretty much a race in the movie,
Yeah.
a straight up car race. But it was so much better because having to sit there and slog through that entire first key would have been just a bore. You would have just passed out.
It was awesome in the book.
But reading it in the book
movie
is different. You're able to kind of visualize, and it's a totally different thing, but they both worked simultaneously so well, like as their own things.
It was a treasure hunt movie made for like 2019. That's what it was. It was awesome. It was just a super fun, action-packed, references all over the place to video games. They even threw in like an Overwatch reference, like Tracer was in there, and I was like, "This is so cool, dude."
Yeah.
Oh,
Whereas the book
and the
had
animation
more,
didn't even have
like,
to be out. Go ahead.
No.
I was gonna say the animation didn't even have to be on point either because this is just a video game. You got them going from live action to video game.
Mhm.
I forgot who said it. They're like, oh, but the animation's like, that's not the point. It doesn't really matter. You're in a video game. It's not supposed to be like that lifelike.
Graphics.
Yeah.
Video
You're
game.
not gonna make
graphics.
it super lifelike.
No, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Whereas the book had more like a lot of anime type references to shows and video games and stuff,
There's a
like really
lot of them.
old school video games. But when they did the movie, he was smart, Spielberg, and he used, like D mentioned, Overwatch, which is a much more current game. He used the Iron Giant as one of the gigantic robots that you're able to use instead
iron
of
grenade.
some crazy like
Halo.
Japanese mech thing.
Halo was in
Halo,
there.
Halo.
which is a
Chucky.
big thing in the 2000s.
Chucky was in there.
Yeah. No need.
Was he?
Yeah.
When was Chucky in that? I don't remember
Chucky was
Chucky.
in there.
We've muted these two people. There's no reason to say that name on this podcast. You
What
can
is
say
it?
murderous doll.
They're fighting in the war, and then you go, "Hey, pass it!" And they grabbed him, and he was standing. He's like, "No!" And then he threw him, and he was just taking out IOI agents. Left and right.
Oh wow, I don't remember that.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
I've
oh,
only
I do.
seen it like once or twice. I
In
gotta
the movie,
watch
the
it
guy
again.
swore. He's like, "It's effing Chucky." And they're screaming. Yeah, everybody's
I've seen
screaming.
it. I've seen it 3 times, and all 3 times it's awesome.
I
It's
gotta
one of
see
those
it
movies
again.
you show people, and it's like they're gonna love. My parents enjoyed it.
I don't think Crystal's seen it, so that's a perfect opportunity, a perfect excuse to
Yeah.
watch it again.
Now, there was a second book, and I believe I'm the only one that's read the second book.
Yeah,
They are making a movie based on the second book.
you're lying.
No, yeah, they are.
Ah,
I don't think Spielberg is directing. I think he's producing. Let me tell you, the second book is the worst book I've ever read from cover to
Bad
cover.
reviews too. I didn't even read it.
It is horrible. I read it on opening day in the first like 2-3 days. I was so excited. It is a horrible book. All it was pop culture vomit references. None of them even felt like they were naturally placed. The treasure hunt was terrible. It was a money grab. That's all it was.
There's
It was
another
like, oh
treasure
no.
hunt? What?
It was Nolan Sorrento broke out of jail, who's the villain from the first movie. He breaks out of jail and he's back out looking for everyone again. But Halliday hid another key inside the second game that was inside. It's the most. It's such a bad book, and I'm not.
He has the cloak and everything. He has all Holiday's powers. Like, wait.
Dude, and you won't recognize any of the characters from the first movie. There is nothing admirable about. Like, Wade turns into this just horrible human being. None of the people like him anymore.
What?
It's like none of them are friends anymore. It's crazy, dude.
What?
He messed it up so bad.
They're making a movie out of it?
Yeah, I hope they don't go by the book. I hope they do their own thing.
Same author as the first one, though?
Same
Ernest
author.
Cline, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That was a one-hit wonder for him.
He literally just went like bandwagon with every day with what's happening right now.
Social
Goodness.
justice stuff.
I'm changing my movie.
I know. Derek.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, D. That was weird.
No, I just had to. I remembered another book. Kyler, you go. What's your book?
Joseph, timestamp that.
Yeah, please.
Darren breaking.
Yeah. For our audio listeners, Jaren just had like a small like aneurysm and he just broke for a second.
Basically.
Mine's actually gonna probably catch most of you guys off guard because it's not a very popular choice probably, but as I said, my choice would have been Ready Player One. My new choice is a movie that I saw years and years ago. It's from 1975. I read the book in high school, and it was just as good. It's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson.
That's the one I chose.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I didn't read the
choose
book.
that.
I saw the movie.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm so excited. He got so excited.
That was executed so well. Wow, dude.
I don't even know. I don't want to talk about it. That was my choice.
It's not Kyler's day today. It's not
Continue.
Kyler's day.
Moving on. Wow. Holy cow. You hit me so hard just now.
That was great. I read that in high school too.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's just a really, really good book, really good movie.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic. Anyone who hasn't seen it, go watch it. It's about someone who's pretending to be kind of crazy. He's admitted into a mental institution, and it was when doctors were performing lobotomies, like dentists handing out lollipops. It was pretty insane back then. So
Yeah.
it's it's really good.
What about you, Frank?
So I know Darian definitely knew I was going to pick this one. And I actually got the book right here. It's Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
It's been an all-time favorite of mine. It's actually interesting because the book is actually darker than the movie itself. Like, for instance, the beginning of the book, I don't know if you guys have read it or not, but like in the beginning of the book, it mentions about the park itself, how they have it in Isla Nublar, in a part of the island, but then they have this offsite, and there's this in the beginning. It's so gruesome where it says that there's a kid that they find him like literally mutilated, and they don't know what's going on. So they take him into this little tent, hospital tent, trying to figure out what's going on and stuff like that. And as I'm reading this, and I've read this book so many times, I was like, that scene, if they would have put that in the movie, I think it would have been rated R because the movie is PG-13 or whatever it is. No?
Yeah.
But the book is dark, and I mean, it's not demonic dark or anything like that, but it's just a really
tone.
good book.
Yeah.
The movies, you guys have seen the movies, right?
Oh yeah.
Jurassic Park movies, amazing movies. It's actually interesting because Michael Crichton, when he was writing the second book, The Lost World, Steven Spielberg directed the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that movie was amazing. The book came out in 1990 and the movie came out in 92 or 93, something like that.
Oh, wow. So he hit it pretty early.
Yeah. So it's actually interesting because when Michael Crichton was writing the second book, The Lost World, Steven Spielberg had found out about it. And he bought the rights for the movie even way before Michael Crichton had actually finished writing the book.
No kidding.
And those movies, the first two movies, have been amazing.
Okay, because I always forget the order. The second one, is that the one where the kid and his like uncle get lost on the island?
That's the third one.
The second one
where
is
they
the
go
one with,
parasailing.
yeah. The second one is the one with Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, the second one's with Jeff Goldblum.
That one's horrible. I hate that.
Jeff
Yes.
Goldblum.
Yes. The book is way better. That for sure. The book is way better. The movie was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It did get really good, box office credits and all that stuff, but the book is way better. But my all-time favorite is the first one for sure.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I had no idea that it was based on, I found out this year, actually. I think I was talking to you and I found out that it was based on a book.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No. And The Godfather is based on a book. That's another one. I had no idea.
Mhm.
That's
It
so
goes to
crazy.
show that Steven Spielberg, when he has his mind set on something, he can actually do it. Because if that movie was made in 92 and these dinosaurs looked so real.
To this day,
Crazy.
that movie holds up
It's crazy.
so ridiculously well.
Yes. I saw it the other day. It's actually pretty funny because I told you guys about, when I went to Best Buy to get the sound bar and I was talking to those two guys, to watch the videos. As I got home, that was the first movie I actually went to go watch with that sound bar.
Where did you watch
Oh,
it?
bro, that must have been beautiful.
Because I was looking for it. And I
I had
couldn't
the
find it
DVD.
anywhere.
I had the
okay.
DVD, yeah.
Okay.
So, and I was watching it in Dolby Atmos, and it's so intense, bro.
The
Like-
T-Rex's roar.
The
That's an
Velociraptor's
iconic sound.
growl and stuff. It's
Oh.
amazing. Yeah, just like that.
Just like that. Perfect.
Just like that.
No,
But
that's
yes,
awesome.
definitely a book to read. Definitely.
It's funny. When I was in ninth grade, freshman year of high school, my science teacher was talking about when Jurassic Park first came out and how back then they didn't have trailers for movies the way that we have them now.
You just have to
So
go in there.
everyone was like, oh yeah, there's this like dinosaur movie coming out. So all these parents
Oh.
brought their kids to the theater thinking it was going to be like Flintstones or something like that. And then you see these like dinosaurs ripping people apart. And they're like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't
Dude.
imagine the reaction, the visceral fear that those kids felt expecting to see like cute, like animated dinosaurs and seeing that.
They could land before time.
Exactly.
Dude. Movie trailers have come a long way.
Very-
Yeah,
These
now they just
past
show the whole
10
movie.
Yeah, you're right. These past 10 years, though, have literally revolutionized the way we do movie trailers.
Yeah.
All you have to do is go back to the first Iron Man trailer,
Mhm.
something from the 2000s. Garbage trailers.
Yeah.
The 90s and the 2000s was all in a world where
Yeah.
one man. That's every single trailer started off like that.
Literally.
Go and look up Jason Bourne, the Bourne Identity trailer.
that
It
was my
is
second
so-
book, by the way.
Horrible.
Really?
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was based on a book. I would have picked that.
It's a whole
one.
series. Yes, the whole series.
Robert Ludlow. That's my second go-to.
I was trying to get Chris because she's never seen him, and I was like, oh, like let's watch a trailer for it, and you'll see. And I showed her that. I was like, okay,
Hold on.
don't go off of this trailer. It's so bad.
This-
it is so bad.
I get the money and I don't get hurt.
Oh my, the music.
It's one of these.
Yeah.
I can't remember anything that happened before 2 weeks ago.
You would watching the movie, you'd never say that. Like
No,
it
this
would have a trailer like that.
vibe, dude.
Yeah, it's
Jason Bourne's
so
like a
trashy.
dark- Okay. Let me because we're going a long time here. My book to movie, which I was going to be Hunger Games because I love the Hunger Games book series and I think the movie adaptations are phenomenal. Not a fan of them switching or splitting Mockingbird into two movies. I thought the first neither one of them was that good. They were both okay. But the first Hunger Games and Catching Fire, phenomenal. I love those movies. Catching Fire is so good. The ending is unreal. But I switched it to The Martian when you mentioned it because, yeah.
Absolutely
I was
good
gonna
movie.
use Hunger Games too. That was my backup.
Oh, well,
You guys are
I'm sorry. I could have given that to
I
you.
have to go to Calamari.
Flies over the cuckoo's nest.
Oh my god.
I like Sesame
Um,
Street. Oh.
The Martian, the book, so
I haven't read the book.
The movie is
Neither.
quite literally
Absolutely good.
exactly
Oh.
like the book. It is
Ooh.
a super faithful adaptation, and Matt Damon plays Mark Watney so well to a T from the book. Everything about the dark humor, making light out of these crazy situations, the struggle, the sadness he felt, and then being reunited with his. Oh my gosh, I love the book and I love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies ever.
Him coming to the conclusion and walking you through the process of how he realized that he's a space pirate,
Space Pirate.
was hands down my favorite
Oh,
scene
yeah.
That was
in
the
that
best scene,
movie.
yes.
It was amazing.
Nah, it's so good, so good, so good. I love it. The movie has amazing actors, and Ted Daniels absolutely crushed it. That's the guy from Dumb and Dumber, for those who don't know. Takes on this insanely serious role as the director of NASA and just kills it. It
Tyler
looks
just
like
realized
Kyler's
that
just
right now
realized
for our
this.
I feel like he
listeners.
just forgot.
Tyler
that
just
he-
realized
Oh
now.
my
Listen.
god.
Yeah, looks like he just realized that. Yep. Yeah, no. It's crazy. It's like
nuts.
it's like when Jim Carrey goes from, stupid stuff and then you see Truman Show and you're like,
Oh my god, the Truman Show is so good.
I saw it for the first time earlier this year.
You've never seen the Truman Show?
It's one of my favorite movies. I think it's in my top 10.
The Truman Show is phenomenal. Anyone who
It's
hasn't
so
seen the
good.
Truman Show, please, to all of our 4 listeners, please go watch
Please.
the Truman Show. It is amazing.
And
Phenomenal.
he's like, good morning. And if I don't see you, good afternoon and good night.
Yeah, it's
I
so good. That's such an
love that movie.
emotional movie too. The ending to that movie, you're like holding back like all of your emotions.
I want to watch it again. It was so
It's
good.
so good. It's so good.
But yeah, The Martian and Hunger Games are mine. The Hunger Games books they are what kicked off dystopian young adult fiction books pretty much. That's what brought in the hype, and that's where you get Divergent, and that's where you get all the early 2010s. It was those dystopian kind of movies and books that you saw that were everywhere.
So
Where-
Jazz loves those books, the series of the Hunger Games and
Hunger
Divergent.
Games?
Like she made it to herself where she said, I'm gonna read the books first before watching the actual movies, and she did, and she just loves them.
The
And I
Hunger
didn't
Games
really
books
like
are
them
so
until
good.
I actually started dating her, and she was like, no, let's watch the first movie, see what you think about it. And I liked it. I was like, wow, this is a good movie. Then I started picking up on it, and I was like, this is a really good series.
I didn't read the first book because I saw the movie first. I then read all the other books. I skipped over the first one, and I read all the other books in high school, or was it middle school? One of them. And then I watched the movies after. And Fennec
Yeah.
Fennec was
Yeah,
like my
F5.
favorite character. And the movie's been out for a while, so it's not spoilers. But when they killed him, I was livid.
Yeah.
I was so upset.
Well, you know
with how
what,
he died.
Joe, you might have to bleep that out when you
Why?
edit. There's some people who haven't seen the Hunger Games movies.
Come on. It's been out. It's been
Okay.
out long enough.
It's not like he died in the first or second movie. So
They've
like
all
there's
been
people
out
who
long
haven't
enough.
seen
Those
the
movies have
third or
been out-
fourth.
The last one came out in what, like 2018 or 19?
I think 18 or 17.
Okay,
It was a
so
while
it's
ago.
been like at least 3 years.
Anyway. The
So-
books are amazing.
So it was the Hunger Games, and then from there we got Divergent, right?
Yes.
After that, was that the Maze Runner? The Maze Runner came kind of from there too, or no?
Maze Runner first one came out in
First movies were good.
2011. The first
I love
book
the
came
first
out, so
movie.
that was after Hunger Games.
Okay.
And that's my honorable mention. I love the first Maze Runner movie.
First
I don't like the
movie's
others.
So
Did you read the
so
books
awesome.
at all?
Yeah, I've read them all.
You did? Okay. I wanted to, but I like getting into books that are really like long. I don't tend to, because I listen to them at work because I don't have a lot of time to read them. So I don't like listening to books that are under like 20 hours. I like really, really like long books, and those ones I think were like 10 or 12 hours. So I never actually listened to them, but I did like the
Yeah.
movies
Mm.
or the movie.
Yeah,
the first one.
I listened to the Maze Runner series on Audible as well, so I actually listened to all of them. Really great first book, and kind of like the movies, I wasn't a fan of where he took the second and third books, and the second and third movies I didn't like for nothing. So watch the first Maze Runner. It's awesome. I've showed it to so many people.
That's a
Great
movie I
movie.
could rewatch.
Oh yeah.
Like-
Yeah,
times.
rewatchability is so
Yeah.
good. Love it. But that's
I have to
all the
see
ones.
Martian again, apparently.
Oh, Joey. So what was your idea?
I think
Ones
you
you
said
want to
something
see.
about book to movie.
What books you'd want to be a movie?
Oh,
If you guys want.
What did you say?
For me, it'd be either Recursion or Dark Matter.
Bro,
I haven't read those yet.
Bro.
You guys have recommended it 20 times to me.
So, those books are 10 hours each of them,
Bro.
both of them.
Okay.
But the story to it, it's in, and it's just what we want. It's time travel. It's science. It's.
Ooh.
I'm trying to tell you, if you guys enjoy sci-fi
Yes.
and mind-bending twists and turns and stuff that makes you take a second and read a page over because you need to understand what just happened to go forward, Recursion and Dark Matter, both by Blake Crouch, and they're two solo books. They're not a sequel. One was written before the other. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
So good. I don't know which one I like better. They're so good. I wish I could
It's-
read them again for the first time.
Recursion, again, mind bending, pulls at your heartstrings at the end, and then Dark Matter's just also another mind bending one that just leaves you like, whoa, like, okay.
Dude, what were your choices?
I had them both up there, but I can't find them because I got them color coded and whatnot. Mine is
Color
Dune.
code your books.
Recursion's yellow.
Yeah,
How is it doing if they're already making a movie on it? You can't choose one that's
I
already
can,
being...
and I want to see Jason Momoa in it, and I want to see Timothy Chalamet in it, and I want Denis Villeneuve to direct it.
That's already becoming a movie. But
Well, I'm glad they listened to my advice because Dune
I hate
is
you so much.
the highest selling sci-fi
Science fiction
novel
book
of all time.
Yeah.
A
We talked about this.
groundbreaking trailblazing.
Frank, what was your choice?
So mine is actually written by collaboration by James Patterson and Bill Clinton. It's called The President is Missing.
I saw that one at
I've
Barnes
heard
and
of that
Noble
one.
the other day.
It's a really great book. It kind of has, I mean, way better. You know, when you're reading it, kind of has kind of like that national treasure kind of vibe to it, but
Ooh.
way better. You know,
Really?
yes.
Interesting.
So it's definitely that's something I would definitely like to see.
See, I'm not a fan of Nick Cage because he's Nick Cage, but I do very much enjoy National Treasure.
I
Both
love
of them.
National
They were
Treasure.
both very good.
They were.
I thoroughly enjoyed them.
Let me tell you right now, James Patterson has a net worth of $750 million and earns $90 million per year.
There you go.
He cracked the code for what he does.
So
Well,
if you go to
we talked
my
about this, didn't we?
library, if you go to
Yeah.
my library, well, our library, 90% of our library right now is James Patterson.
Really?
But he writes like 18 books a year. It's insane. He writes
True.
so many books.
I've never read any of never read any of his stuff. I hear it's kind of like formulaic kind of thing, but I'm not speaking from experience. I've never read anything, so I have no idea.
Jasmine's a big fan. It's more like mystery, suspense, and kind of stuff like that.
He does the Jack Ryan books, right?
No, Jack Ryan is
Tom Clancy. Is that Tom
Tom
Clancy?
Clancy.
No, it's not Tom Clancy.
no, is it?
Jack Ryan is Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tom
What
Oh,
an
it
ugly
is,
guy.
yeah.
Tom Clancy's pretty ugly.
Damn, just put him on blast.
Yeah, sorry, Tom, but
What? Oh my
Oh
god.
man! Oh my!
yeah, being an author is definitely the right occupation. Gotta be
You got
real
a
with you
face
there.
for radio.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I say on a podcast.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
Holy
No, my
cow.
books are all I the way I choose what book I'm gonna read is I'd say 70% of my books are pure sci-fi. So I have a lot that are time travel. I have a lot that are alien stuff, first contact stuff, that kind of thing. And I'll look at reviews before I read them. And then the other 30% are made up of books by the same authors if I love them,
Mhm.
or straight historical fiction, which I think is awesome. That's like, what if Thomas Edison didn't invent the light bulb and this guy sued him for it? And there's a book about that lawsuit.
Nikola Tesla.
No,
'Cause he would have been the one to sue him for it. 'Cause
no, it was a
Nikola
black guy
Tesla
actually.
Definitely got to electricity first.
Well, there's a debate about who invented the light bulb. It wasn't Edison, or was it what did Edison do?
Inventing the light bulb. Well, they call Edison the father of electricity, but it was definitely Tesla. Tesla got there first.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to speak
Edison
on
just
stuff
played
I don't know.
dirty. But yeah.
But yeah, that's how I pick my books. And then random stuff, some nonfiction in there. There's a book about Genghis Khan, which is actually one of the best books I have. It's amazing.
Genghis Khan was
Written so well.
He's a crazy guy.
yeah.
Next level.
I know a couple episodes you guys were talking about Without Remorse, the Tom Clancy movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
That was a book too. And I mean, I saw the movie. I didn't know it was a book until afterwards.
Mm-hmm. He's another character that he writes about that sometimes teams up with Jack Ryan.
Yeah.
So now the idea is that Michael B. Jordan might be in season 3 of the Jack Ryan show as like a partner kind of thing. Like
with our boy John Krasinski there.
Have you seen the Tom Clancy, the Jack Ryan show?
No, it's very good.
Is it?
Is it?
It's the second season is actually better than the first.
Huh.
It's very good. Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. If you're into that sort of thing, like the CIA kind of like analytic sort of thing, it's very, very good.
There's a show called The Expanse, and it's on Amazon Prime, and it's based on a book series, which is written by 2 authors. They're co-authoring the book. One of them was George R.R. Martin's assistant. That's the writer of Game of Thrones. So clearly his assistant is taking the stuff he learned from how to write a groundbreaking, one of the best-selling, fantasy series of all time, and taking it to the sci-fi angle. And it's 10-book series. Each of the books is like this thick. I have 3 of them that I read, and they're all, so far, the first 3 are awesome. And the show, I haven't seen the show yet, but from what I hear, it follows the books to a T, and it's really good. It's won awards, actually.
Interesting. So, I've seen it a bunch of times, but I've never actually looked into watching it. So chance.
Check it out. Leviathan Wakes is the first book. So,
okay. Real quick, I'll go through mine. I had 2. I'm kind of in what Frank was talking about. I'm very much, when it comes to books, I like the government kind of operative type books. The Gray Man series, Frank, you would definitely like that one a lot. Okay. It's very, write it down.
Yes, definitely.
The Gray Man series, phenomenal. There's, I think, 8 books now. I've listened to all of them. Every single one of them is just phenomenal. It follows one guy, your typical agent thing, like kind of the CIA goes after him type thing, and all that sort of stuff. And also the Orphan X series.
Oh, I think I've seen that one at Barnes and Noble.
It's very, very good. Definitely take a look at it. It's a government program. They take literally orphans because they have no ties to anything and they can just disappear, and they train them using like black fund money to be like invisible soldiers going all over the world and stuff like that. And they're named each letter of the alphabet. So the series follows X, and it's very good. And then the program gets shut down, and he's like just kind of left out in the open, and then he's like hunted to close out the program. Very, very good.
That sounds good.
That's interesting. That just made me think of Project Hail Mary, which is the sequel. Well, not the sequel. It's another book written by Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian.
Oh, okay.
This is his 3rd book. The second was so everyone was like, oh, this 3rd book might be, it's hit or miss. We're worried. So good. The book is it's pure science fiction, as science fiction as it gets. I can't really tell you guys much because I don't want to ruin. There's something that goes down about a quarter of the way into the book that changes the direction of the book, and it is so good. Already starting a movie with Ryan Gosling as the star.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Anything else, guys?
One, because I forgot the name of the author. He's a short. We talked about him a while ago. The one who wrote about Philip K. Dick, the one who wrote
Androids Don't Dream of Electric Sheep.
Electric Sheep, Beyond Lies the Wub. He's a short story author, but all of his stories, they're maybe, if you're listening to it, 45 minutes, half hour, really short, but they're all so good. He paints a picture, and they're mostly like futuristic, post-apocalyptic,
Yeah.
like something crazy happens.
I like
You're in
concept
space.
books.
Crazy concepts. And within those like half hour, 45-minute clips, you're getting this like crazy picture of this world, and you're just so immersed, and the concepts are so just insanely good. They need to develop more of those stories into shows, or because they could be either one, a show or a movie, and it would be amazing sci-fi material right there. Philip K. Dick.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Well, I think that puts the seal of approval on that light pole episode, guys. I think we caught up on everything for these past 2 weeks. We've gotten a good amount of information in.
Indeed.
And next week we're going to be doing our podcast every other week. I feel like I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, but
yeah, sorry we missed last week.
Yeah.
Did we put anything up?
Nope.
Saying no,
You
we
guys
didn't.
did it. I heard
Wow.
this because of Jace.
We dropped the ball on that.
Yeah. So
very
we are
sorry.
we're doing some other stuff right now, especially since summer's here and everything, and we got some other stuff going on. So we're going to be doing every other week for a bit, but in the off weeks, we are going to try to have a smaller video ready for you guys to go. So we'll have at least some type of podcast content for whoever wants to listen during that week. So
Some stupid like 20-minute conversation type thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So if you're still listening at this point in the episode, thank you. Write the
Good
word
for
cookie
you.
in the comments. And then I'll know you're a real one. I think that's about it, right, guys? Anything
Yeah.
I
else?
think so.
Like to say thank you to Frank for filling in for
Yeah, you
our
killed
boy
it.
Wiley,
That's what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
our
Good time, guys.
one of our most loyal listeners, finally able to make an appearance on the podcast himself.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate that. Thank you very
I
much.
think Wiley's gonna edit, so hi Wiley. Leave this
Oh,
Oh,
is
Wiley's
he,
gonna
is he
edit
still
it?
editing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why don't did we
We still love you.
mention that Wiley was on vacation and that's why he's not here?
You guys mentioned it. I
Oh.
think
I said he was traveling the world. I didn't give any
Okay,
specifics.
yeah. Wiley's currently melting in Puerto Rico
His
right now because
whereabouts,
it's
no one knows.
182 degrees over there.
As Kyler says, the exact
I
whereabouts.
know that's a right. I said that.
Yeah.
I said
yeah,
no one.
it's-
I said no one knows his whereabouts. You go, well, he's melting in Puerto Rico.
Oh. I was thinking of the joke in my head, so I wasn't actually paying attention to what
Yeah.
you were saying.
Yeah, whoever it is.
Well, Joey, why don't you wrap it up for us?
Okay, that's Lights on the Lipo podcast.